Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, to Generations Behind, episode 37, I think. Am I right? I should have checked before. I think it's 37.
7-5, but close enough.
Close enough. I am one of your hosts, Craig of Craig's Game Room. To the side of me, Mr. Zach Daily Beating. Zach, how are you today?
I got a little root beer soda thing here.
Nice
so
Olipop. Look at that.
a little Olipop. A new kind of soda, it says. So yeah, it's okay, I guess. So I've got Bird Dog Gaming streaming up on the TV. He's muted, but I'm just watching him stare at the screen. So it's just keeping me in a good mood, you know.
So he's technically part of this episode. This is the second episode he will have appeared on.
He's here.
The first appearance still being one of my favorites when we call him asking if you beat Mario 1 with level skips, did it count? And he said, unfortunately, yes. I think about that all the time.
I'm glad he had my back. That was a good moment for me.
Below us, the luscious slut, Kills Reaper, Game Collecting Reaper, Tyler Haight. Tyler, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Today's feeling like a family reunion. We're all back together. We all made up. Well, keep the drama off the podcast. But, we're all here. I'm actually going to talk about some good games this episode, unlike our last episode. And I'm excited to talk all about it.
Yeah, we'll say last episode, questionable quality, but I'm glad you guys put something out for the people to have.
He says questionable quality, yet it has more views than our Wind Waker episode. Let that speak for itself. Craig's favorite game, favorite Zelda game, we have more views talking about shittier games than his favorite Zelda game.
So what does that say about Wind Waker, I guess, is the real question.
Well, is Wind Waker in your top 10?
It's not.
Alright, so then your top 10's just what's shitty, but we only remembered 3 of them.
Damn.
So
I know, because I told Tyler, he actually called me while I was listening to it. I was obviously getting a kick out of it. But I was telling him, he called me while I was watching it, and it was like right when I got to the part where you guys got to the topic, quote unquote, of the show, and I was like, I think I could guess all the games. The only one you guys didn't talk about that I was sure you were going to talk about was Valhalla. I was shocked you guys didn't make fun of Valhalla, because I feel like that's one of the ones I push on you guys the most, but...
Dude,
I would never push on an indie developer like that.
That's
all
fair.
All these shitty big companies can suck it.
I think my favorite part of that episode is when Zach described Panzer Dragoon Saga.
I was out of ideas. I just said
It's like, yeah, people don't like it because it's bad. I was like...
Yes. The one character break of that entire podcast was very funny.
Yeah.
The original idea was we were going to do take video game villains and compare them to you with how you act. But then we were like, damn, we can't think of many. So we're like, let's just well, no, we actually asked people, and we're like, would you rather want this or this? And the people voted for that. So
audience input just to roast me. I really appreciate it. We got
Yes.
good people out there.
we reached out real quick. We're like, everybody send us something talking shit on Craig.
It's very funny.
It was a good time.
It was good. It was a good listen. It was a good little birthday surprise, so to say. So that was fun. But yes, episode 37. We are finally, after much delay, talking about our little Genesis grab bag thing. Yeah, I don't really know what we could call this episode. I guess we could just call it Genesis grab bag. It's probably appropriate enough. But we all played 3 Genesis games. I don't know if we all beat 3 Genesis games. I certainly didn't, speaking for myself. But we all played 3 Genesis games. We all picked one for ourselves and then for each other. I'm very interested to hear the fellas' thoughts on all these games. I'll tell you right now, all my games weren't the best, but some of them were okay. Next episode, if you all want to write in the description down below, episode 38, we're going to be talking about what we look for in a game store. So another kind of collector-based episode. I hope you guys enjoy those ones as well. If you don't, let us know. We could try to stick more to talking about games than game collecting.
And don't say video games, because if you do, we won't laugh. If you just look for don't make an ironic comment saying you just look for video games.
Oh,
it won't be
I know.
funny.
I was like, what's he talking about?
Yeah, that took me a second to process. But yes, write in. Let us know what you look for when you go to a game store, whether it's GameStop, a mom and pop around the corner, any kind of fun thing like that. We want to hear about it.
And also,
yes.
you know what? Add in, if you're listening to this part and you're going to write in for the next episode, add in your most wanted video game grail, because I want to hear them.
Yes.
Don't give me no Reddit response. I want to hear an actual grail.
Well, give us an example of a Reddit response so that you can make people mad real quick. What's a bad goal?
Hold on, let me find something I can just pick off the freaking shelf.
Yeah, give us an unvalid collectible. Like, someone has this and you think less of them, actually, for thinking that is cool.
You think less of them.
Might be a little harsh, but...
A copy of Hannah Montana signed by the Spawn cast. Alright, just kidding.
That might be a grail, actually.
Are y'all gonna think less of me when I buy that Virtual Boy?
Oh, are you gonna get both the cardboard and the
I'm not getting
model?
The cardboard. I'm not getting the cardboard.
Why not?
Does that mean
you're already spending $100 on a stand for it? You might as well get the $25 cardboard one too. Versatility.
No. Where am I gonna put the cardboard at?
Does
or
that
you
mean
can put the fake one.
It's gonna sit next to my real one.
It's incredible. Maybe that's the one that you like screw drive and hammer into your desk.
I didn't think about that. That's a great idea. Oh my god.
There you go. Always have it ready at all times.
Oh my god. Always within arm's reach of a Virtual Boy. Or whatever they're calling it. The Virtual Boy dock.
You only could have dreamed of this a few years ago. Now it's finally a reality. Nintendo has answered your prayers. Tyler, you can stop trying to look for something.
I don't have like if I was over by like GameCube or something or my Pokemon, I could easily do it. But sitting right here, I don't think I can.
Are you trying to tell me there's no grails on the GameCube?
Box. Pokemon box.
No, like I'm saying, if I was sitting by my GameCube, my collection's all the way over there. Like, I mean, I could be like this Persona PSP collector edition thing, but that's also like kind of it's sealed. I never opened it.
And it's also kind of cool. So bad example.
Also within arm's reach for some reason.
Dude, you always gotta have Persona 1 remake at the hip, ready to shoot at any time.
I have my Vita games. I have my PSP games. I have PS4's kind of out of reach.
Gotcha.
There you go.
That's about all I got.
That's all you got.
Vita and PSP games.
Vita is the second or third best console of all time, so it's good to have it in arm's reach.
Vita is a console of all time.
Indeed it is. I'm feeling good. This is the first episode we've all done together in a while now, it feels like. I think we're like, because of us being behind and then the episode without me, I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm feeling good being with my boys. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I had fun the last episode.
Yeah, last episode was fantastic.
I can go.
Like Panzer Dragoon Saga, that's a grail. That's one you'll never see.
Not once in your life.
So
when
rare.
You see that game.
It's a grail, dude. Like,
You know what? To be fair, in Europe it is though, because I think Europe they only made like 2,000 copies of it, so it is super scarce in Europe.
This man's talking about fake games out here.
That's true.
Right.
European games don't actually exist. They're a figment of our imagination.
PAL games can't be grails. Let's be honest here. Unless it's Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix. That's the only PAL game I want.
That's fair. But you also could just get a Japanese copy. So
I could, but then yeah.
Either way, your 3DS is region locked, so you can't actually play it regardless.
Yeah.
Unless you're cool like me and you have the Japanese exclusive Minecraft Creeper 3DS or 2DS XL.
I do not have that.
All cool,
but that
like
does sound very cool.
It is cool. I'm proud of that one. I will say that much. We have a write-in, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, from Patrick. Your boy Patrick. He said, just want to turn you all onto this awesome Switch accessory. It's a game changer, especially in my crowded entertainment center. He put the link. Obviously, you all out there cannot click on the link. Maybe I'll put it in the description.
I also do not click the link because I don't know what this man's going to send me to.
I'm clicking it right now.
It's safe. I promise. I clicked on it. It's
Yeah,
like
this is Jason. Jason sent it. It'd be malware, but
it would delete Final Fantasy VII Remake off of all of your hardware in your home.
yeah.
But it's like a Switch 2 like dock holder that like squishes it down to be more flat. Kind of interesting. I don't hate it. I don't think I have a need for it, but I respect it. And I'm glad that has helped you in your crowded
It just
entertainment
like
center.
you just lay the dock on it, and it just like leans the dock back.
Yeah.
Is it so you can eat? It's so you can like take it out easier and put it back in.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I didn't even think
it
about
up
that.
and it's just hitting the top of your entertainment center.
That's smart.
And it's kind of easier to just put a game card in as well. It looks like. So.
Yeah, I've probably already permanently damaged my Switch 2 quite a lot because of how cramped my entertainment center is, and I'm just always pulling it out and trying to put it back in. And
if you push your desk up against the wall too far and it's actually at like a 65-degree angle, you can put this on it, and now your Switch is at a 90-degree angle.
There you go.
So there's also that use case.
That very specific use case. He also said, P.S. Still waiting for that Final Fantasy episode. One day.
January when Final Fantasy VII Remake comes on the Switch 2, because I want to play that game again.
That's fair. I was thinking because
just comparing the original to the remake. I'm sure Jason would love that one.
Well,
and that's when we could have Jason and Patrick on the show. Both of them at the same time. They'll just argue the whole episode. Free content. Great.
Perfect. I was going to say, our only promised episode of a game-specific episode for the audience is Fallout New Vegas for episode 100. So maybe Final Fantasy could be the promised episode 200 when we get to episode 200.
200.
200.
So if we do the show for another, maybe 11 years, we'll get to episode 200 and we'll do Final Fantasy. I think that's a fair deal. What do you guys think? Patrick should be good with that, right?
Lines up. We've also got to do Fallout New Vegas at episode 99, so...
Is it 99? I thought that was 100.
Oh, was it 100? Either way.
Mm-hmm.
I might have just blanked there. You probably just talked about that.
I definitely just said that. You weren't listening.
I think Christian stopped streaming and it just auto started playing some Balatro stream. There's just Balatro on my TV. I started watching it.
Stopped streaming already?
So I had to turn Balatro off because it was not good for me.
No, Balatro is mesmerizing. I saw recently somebody ported it to the Game Boy Advance, which is pretty fun too. I've been meaning to look into that. I love a good random port to a different console. Always a good time. So last time since we last spoke, I turned 30. I'm officially old.
Congratulations.
My time has almost come. I wanted to share that because I'm wearing a shirt my grandma got me. So shout out to Grandma. She got me a shirt that said level 30 unlocked.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's the great. I thought I took that shirt out, in a crowd of people who gave me gifts for my birthday with a nice family gathering. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. So now it is like my go-to around the house shirt.
Now, if we're going to be specific here.
Yes.
Keeping in the way video games work, if you want to tell your grandma and correct her, if you're 30, wouldn't you really be level 31 because you've leveled up 30 times?
That's fair. I guess you don't start at level 0 very often.
Tell grandma to eat shit.
Damn!
And to get a level 31 unlocked shirt for you.
Take it easy on Rosalie, man. She doesn't know any better.
Does grandma watch this? I'm sorry.
No, but that'd be hilarious.
Thank God.
I gotta see if I can find one.
We get a comment from my grandma. She's like, unsubbed.
They're not what they used to be.
I miss the old generations behind.
We got it. Level 31 unlocked.
There it is. Perfect. We'll just print it out and tape it over this shirt and it'll be good.
Yep.
But yeah, I thought this was just the most cringe-tastic shirt and I had to wear it and share it.
It's a
gave me a good
shirt,
laugh.
yes.
So, shout out to Rosalie. She's a real one. But it has been almost 15 minutes. I guess we should start talking about video games probably. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Obviously, we're going to be talking about our Genesis slop and our Genesis Garbo, as Tyler wrote and I wrote in our what we've been playing section. So we'll save that, but I think we've all been playing a little bit of a bunch of other random shit as well. So, Tyler, why don't you go first? What have you been playing?
I'm gonna start with sadly playing Pokemon Violet, sitting on the trade screen for 2 hours, trading Craig the whole fucking Pokedex.
That's true. So
He was
we were
like, "Can
playing.
you
He was
trade
like,
me?"
"Let's do some DLC," and I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Oh, I haven't caught any shinies. I want the shiny charm." And he's like, "I could try to trade you," and I'm like, "Cool. I need 176 Pokemon still." So we just sat there, and he slowly traded me every Pokemon I needed, and I would just trade it back as we went along. And we did that for about 2.5, 3 hours.
And then he was like, "I'm going to bed," and I was just like, "We're not done yet."
No, I think we still have about 80 Pokemon to go, so it's a very arduous process.
You should be able to like co-op in Pokemon Home and like dump a box at a time.
That'd be nice. That'd be too easy, but that'd be nice.
And yeah, maybe then it takes the maybe this struggle is like worth it to like make people not want to do that, but
yeah. But I did that, so that was fun.
So thank you.
We'll probably finish that eventually, no problem. Luckily, we found out an easy way to trade. Like, the Pokemon in your box will be, like, jumping if the person doesn't have it registered. So, like, you can just easily know who to trade. Because I was like, man, if we had to keep going back and forth and figuring out what this dude needs,
that would have sucked.
Like, but then I was like, oh, we can just do it. Yeah.
What was worse, trading like 80 Pokemon in a modern Pokemon game, or trading like 30 Pokemon in Gen 1?
30 Pokemon in Gen 1 without a doubt. Especially when first our link cable wouldn't like fit right, and it was like weird. Link. And then, what else? Just the trades were like annoying. You were falling asleep halfway through it.
Sorry, it was 3 a.m. trading you a fucking Magikarp for your third Eevee.
I was gonna say, and we had plans the next day, so you guys were sacrificing it for the love of the game.
Made it work though. It all ended up working. So I played that. I played some Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Not too much, but I played it a little bit. I played the past Ghost Recon game, Wildlands, I think it was called. Played that with friends in co-op, which, funny enough, in that game, there was a bug I'm going to talk about real quick. Because it was where whenever you would drive a vehicle, it's only happened to certain players. Whenever you would drive a vehicle, it would constantly be in first gear. It would never leave first gear. You'd be going like 15 miles per hour. And I had that bug. And we were playing this freaking game. And since I was the host, whenever we would go into a mission, it would start me as driving. We were on the final mission, getting shot at by rocket launchers, guns, everything. And we're just like, just driving very slowly, and we made it. We made it through barely, but we made it. But anyway, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, tested out the vehicles. Vehicles drive fine for me, so that's great. And I'm playing it with my buddy Jonathan and also my buddy Matt. So yeah, started that. Not too far. Macross Shooting in Sight. Craig, do you know what Macross is?
I do not.
Apparently, it's an old school anime, like from the 80s or something, and I had no idea.
It's a third-person shooter version of Picross.
I was gonna say, it doesn't ring a bell. Let me look it up.
I had no idea it was an anime. I just went to a game store, and they usually have some like odd stuff you wouldn't see like at a GameStop on PS5 and stuff. So picked that up. It's a shmup, but it has like vertical sections, horizontal sections, and also like third-person sections, kind of cool, and also like, what do you call it? Like a twin stick sections as well. So it's like a whole big mix. It's pretty neat. I beat the whole game. You got to beat it with every character, so I'm going through that. Each character, their ship has different shooting abilities and stuff like that. Soundtrack's pretty cool because once you're going through a level, it's divided in sections, like section A, B, C, D. It goes all the way to like J, I think. There's different satellites and stuff, and once you destroy all the satellites, you like get connection to the people, and that's your like power up per se for that level, and they play a song for you, and that song is what gives you the power up, and it could be like attack up or evade up or speed up or your special gauge grows faster or something like that. So yeah, had a good time with that. Played that for a couple hours. And after that, a Genesis slop, so we'll talk about that.
Genesis slop. I looked it up, by the way, because I was like, all this stuff does look familiar. Apparently, it was all adapted back in the day, North America-wise, to be Robotech. so that's why it all looks familiar. Like I guess like a lot of the symbols and the basis for things, so that's why it looks familiar. But so.
Jason was saying something like, because he was watching me play it, he was saying something like one of the mechs in that game actually ended up becoming like a transformer or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
For me, and I was like, oh, that's cool, a fun fact.
That's kind of cool.
But yeah, so that's what I've been playing.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this game's got a lot more anime women than I thought it would based off your description.
Yeah, when you look
in a bad way or a good way?
Parentheses positive?
When you look at the cover...
depends on the mood.
When you look at the cover, I'll show you my pickups. It doesn't look like it, but then you look at the reversible cover...
The good stuff
is.
And you're like, oh, this is secretly centering Kagura.
Not that bad. The anime chicks literally only pop up during the songs. Like, they're the ones singing the songs.
Hell yeah.
That's what brings them out in nature as we know it.
Because all the characters you play as are dudes and stuff, so... Yeah. Who's next? Who'll be hearing
Who's
about?
next? I think Zach should go next. I'll go last.
Sure.
As the kind boss and host that I am, I will go last.
Notice he referred to himself as boss, not like...
Yeah, you
like
see? Not like co-host.
Superior.
Nothing. It was, I am the boss. Like,
he went like, boss. He said, really...
And if you guys notice, because I know how Craig angles these, Zach's ceiling fan ain't in the video this time. So, put it that way. It's in the video last time.
You can tell it's moving, though. You can tell it's moving.
You can tell.
Can you tell it's moving on the actual video that you're going to put up, though?
No, because that would have been fucking embarrassing, so I had to make sure that I cut out any ceiling fan moving for the video. That would have been embarrassing. I can't do that to our audience. We'll look like a bunch of schmucks.
Speaking of a bunch of schmucks, I played Genesis games. Also, I've been playing just some random stuff. I was on the X Button Gaming podcast 2 weeks ago, a week ago.
Yes, I still need to listen to that. You guys did a very long episode.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was me, Chris, and Jimmy James, and Chris X Button Gaming recommended I try the Rogue Prince of Persia. I did not realize it was on PlayStation Plus Extra.
Yeah.
So I downloaded that. I played it for like an hour. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play my PlayStation the last couple of weeks. So it's been like sitting there off for 2 weeks, but I did play like an hour of it, and it's pretty fun. It's made by, I think, some of the people that made Dead Cells, and it kind of has that vibe.
It was the people who did the DLC expansions, from what I read.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked about it a few weeks on the show as well, and you were yelling at me because I was asking if it was a roguelike or a roguelite.
Oh yeah, this is all coming back.
Remember? Yeah, we talked about it on the show a little bit.
Oh, mushy. Anyway, my first impression, I like the music in the first area. It's some like cool, interesting music going on there.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I want to go back and play more of that. On the Switch, I've been playing a game. I mentioned this earlier in the year. It's called Dark Deity 2. It is a Fire Emblem-like. It came to the Switch too, so I bought it again. And I'm just because my Steam Deck is dead, sitting over there out of reach, but my Switch 2 is right here with a battery. So I'm playing it on my Switch 2. Start over. It's just an indie Fire Emblem-like. The original's also on the Switch. The original, they gave it their best go. But this one is much improved, I'll say that much. So I'm enjoying that. And then
it looks really good. I really want to check it out.
It's fun. But the game I've been spending most of my free time with, I have been playing Silk Song. Enjoying it. I like the original Hollow Knight a lot. I did everything within my physical abilities in the original Hollow Knight. And I'm hoping to do that in Silk Song as well. I'm still like in Act 1. But I have like probably 10 hours in it now. So like it's not like I'm like well into the game. I'm just not like, close to beating it or anything, but it's very, very good.
Yeah, I want to check it out, but I'm making sure I beat the original Hollow Knight first. I refuse to play just Silk Song, so.
I mean, to be honest, they both feel of similar quality. Like some people are saying this one's better, but it's just the new one. It's like the original Hollow Knight is also very, very good. I think the difference is Silk Song at the beginning is a little more straightforward and ready to go,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the original Hollow Knight it just drops you into like a big go figure it out.
Yeah.
You get lost much quicker in the original Hollow Knight, whereas in Silk Song it's a little more clear where you're supposed to be going until it lets you eventually ease into getting lost. But yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I've only played the original Hollow Knight for maybe an hour or two, so I'm not super far. I beat the first boss, I know that much. But my thing is that I do not want to play Silk Song before Hollow Knight, kind of out of respect. Like, everyone else waited like 7-8 years for this game. Like, I feel like it'd be a disservice to just skip ahead. I'd rather play the original first. And I like Hollow Knight, because I played it when it came out, I just never finished it. And since I played it a little bit at release and I didn't finish it, it's like I barely remember it, so I kind of wanted to just start chipping away at it a little bit, and so far I'm really enjoying it. So, but it's weird. Okay, so this is a strange thing I need to share real quick. If you try to game share or not, like share your screen like on the Switch 2 chat with it, it doesn't work, which is super bizarre. I looked it up online, and other people have this issue too. Because I was playing and talking to our good pal Christian, and you cannot screen share Hollow Knight for some reason. It just does not work.
Hollow Knight 1?
Yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't let you. You can't share your screen if you're playing Hollow Knight. It doesn't let you. It says like this content cannot be displayed the entire time you have it up. It's super weird.
Some games do that on a PlayStation as well. You do share screen.
Very strange, but yeah, I thought that was worth sharing just because I feel like that's a very obscure issue that no one else probably even noticed, because who's playing Hollow Knight and sharing their screen on Switch 2.
But like sometimes on the PlayStation, I always say like this game hasn't been released in your region yet, or something like that. And it's like it's out.
Craig, if you want to wait 7 or 8 years like everyone else did for Silk Song, by then Hollow Knight will be nearly 20 years old. It'll be retro. We can do episode 150 on it.
That would be good. That'd be a good one.
Yep. So there you go.
I'm down for that.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing. So
I know when
hoping
to
to play
then.
more Silk Song later tonight.
People are loving it. People love their Silk Song. I've heard it's much harder, which scares me a little bit. But the movement looks so good. Like I keep seeing videos of that like diagonal down slash to like bounce off thing and attack enemies, and I'm like, ooh, that looks good. It looks real good.
I don't know if it's. I think it might be harder quicker. Like I think like endgame Hollow Knight is very hard. I think.
I've seen people fight the sun. That shit gets crazy.
Yeah, I think just this game expects more of you faster. So if you've already played Hollow Knight, I don't think this is harder than Hollow Knight 1 so far. Mm-hmm. It just maybe ramps it up a little quicker.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, for me, I can't remember. I'm gonna test you guys in this. Did I beat Minish Cap when we did the last episode or no?
You said you were like disparaging it, and I got sad because it's one of my favorite Zeldas.
I don't think I disparaged it. I think I said I was just disappointed.
It's in my bottom half or whatever you said. And you started talking about shit about Capcom and their game language. You couldn't understand Capcom Zeldas or something. I don't know what you were saying. Some disrespectful shit.
First of all, it's a tedious as fuck game, so watch your mouth. I can't be the only person in the world that thinks that. No, I still enjoyed it. It just wasn't my favorite Zelda.
Tell me Rock's Cape doesn't feel good. Tell me Rock's Cape doesn't feel good to like womp womp. Womp womp. Or on the,
I was gonna get to that because I was gonna say that's when I was like, oh, that's why people love this game. When I got to the final dungeon, I was like, this is what people love about this game: is the final dungeon and the final the final traditional dungeon, and then Hyrule Castle at the end. I'm like, that's why people love this game, because the end game of it's super good.
The Wind Dungeon's super fun.
Yeah, the Wind Dungeon is a ton of fun. The final boss is super fun and creative. I really like the way that they pulled it off. The music's great, the art's great. I still think that the game is pretty tedious for a majority of it. A lot of backtracking, a lot of kind of obtuse figuring out where to go. But I do think that the annoying parts are worth it for the really good end game. So I still wouldn't say it's one of my favorite Zeldas, but I did enjoy it more than I was initially enjoying it when I talked about it last episode. So,
sad thing about when I most recently played Minish Cap, I did all of the kinship stones. Those little
oh my god, that must have been a pain in the ass.
So I 100% of the game, and I got my screenshot where like you like a special medal, and I got my screenshot. I was a little
Mm-hmm.
happy, and I turned my Switch off, and then I realized, huh, I don't think I saved.
No.
Or made a save state. So I got my screenshot that I did it, but if I go to my save state on Minish Cap, it was I had beaten the game, and then I did like 3 or 4 hours of like kinship grinding,
That
kinship stone
sucks.
grinding, and that's not
Man,
done. So I was
that
like, well,
hurts.
whatever. It
Did you get
doesn't
all the
matter.
figurines too?
All of it,
That's
I did all of
crazy.
that stuff. Yep,
You're a
I have a
madman.
story
yep.
similar to that to one of my Genesis games.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay,
Oh
so
no,
we'll
no,
get there.
I
We'll get there. I would also like to point out that um, I can't believe that sometimes your reward for a kinstone is a treasure chest with another kinstone. That made me very angry. That was my biggest criticism of the Minish Cap.
Counterpoint, it's hilarious.
No, it's. I was like, you fucking kidding me? Like, I was like, this is what I did. I unlocked this for, and I traveled to see what it is. Just another unlock. It's that drove me crazy. I thought that was so annoying.
Yeah, it's a little silly, and there's some problems with the game, but I like it.
Mm-hmm. All right, enough about Zelda. We're gonna talk about a Zelda clone next, which is Valky 64. But one of these assholes changed it to Valky 72 in the show notes. So, have either of you guys ever heard of Valky 64?
No, I heard a 72
Oh,
though.
So
I'm
Valky
looking it up.
64 is in my opinion a very fun little indie game. It is a 3D Zelda like, which you don't see very often. Um,
Ooh.
made in the style of an N64 game. Um, Tyler, please stop messing with my words. You're distracting me.
This looks cool.
No, yeah. So Valky 64, I mean, you could tell, it's one person. It's very clunky. It's pretty bare bones for the most part. But I did everything there was to do in the game besides a new game plus hard mode run. It took me probably about 6 hours, give or take. But it's very charming, very fun. I really enjoyed it. It's super cheap. I think it's like $5. So this is like a heavy recommend. If you're looking for like a 3D Zelda, I think that they did a good job executing it. Definitely gives off the good N64 vibes. My issue with a lot of N64 clones, though, and when people try to make like retro games, like modern games right now, indie devs, and they try to make like an N64 style game, is I feel like the one thing that they never nail is the lighting. The lighting always looks too modern. So that always takes me out of it a little bit, unfortunately. But everything else about it, the textures, the maybe even intentional clunky movement, very good, very fun. A lot of little side quests to do, so you get your money's worth, and I definitely recommend this. Had some decent music, simple but fun combat. I really enjoyed it. It has a bit of like a parry system, so it's not just like swinging your sword and all that stuff. I really enjoyed it though. I have not heard a lot of people talk about this game. It's already a few years old. So if you got a few bucks lying around, check out Valky 64. I think it's worth checking out.
Well, there's this picture. This is just Ocarina of Time, Hyrule Field. I'm looking at right now.
Pretty much. So,
Yeah,
it definitely
I'll
wears its
try to-
inspiration on his sleeve. But it's a good time. I think it's worth checking out. Like I said, if you're looking for like a good weekend game, you can beat it in a few sittings and it's very cheap. And I think it is also Steam Deck compatible. So,
Yeah, it's only on Steam Deck. It looks like, or only on Steam. It looks like.
yeah, I don't think they put it on anything else. But I think it often goes on sale bundled with like McBat 64 and Kiwi 64 and a lot of these other kind of
Hell
N64
yeah.
style games. So, and for those of you out there that haven't played McBat 64 and Kiwi 64, you're missing out because those are fantastic indie games. So,
Yeah, this sitting next to Kiwi 64 makes me feel like I need to play it. This
yeah,
is
those,
the Zelda to Kiwi's Mario or Kiwi's
Banjo, right? Yeah.
Banjo. Yeah.
So definitely worth checking out. Tyler, I think you'd get a kick out of it maybe, but Zach, I think would definitely be into this one. So wanted to make sure I brought it up on the show.
You could just buy the 64 game pack bundle. You get Merchant 64, MacBat 64, Super Kiwi 64, and Valky 64 for 35% off altogether. So you get it for $11.53.
I mean, that's a great deal, honestly. Merchant 64 is definitely not going to be for everybody. I know I talked about it earlier on this year when it came out, but I enjoyed my time with it for as simple and basic as it was. It's still a pretty lax, chill time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play Merchant 64 because I'm looking at the screenshot and it says, "Can I buy this for $3?" And the dollar sign is after the three, and that drives me fucking insane. The dollar goes after.
It's a valid criticism.
That is not where that goes.
I have a quick question in Valky 64.
Sure.
You might have said this already, and if you did, I apologize.
You're
so, if they're not rupees, what are they called?
I don't remember.
Oh my god, he wasn't paying attention. All right, next game.
Yeah, they're called Valkies. So my next game is it was changed to Sea of the Sword, but it was Sword of the Sea. This game I know Zach talked about in a previous episode, so I won't go too long about it. But very pretty, very relaxing, very fun game that you could beat in one sitting an evening. I think it said my final time was like 2 hours and 12 minutes, which made me so mad because there's a trophy for beating in under 2 hours, and I was like, damn it, I should have explored less. So that made me sad. But good relaxing game if you like stuff like Flower Journey, stuff like that. Kind of these just kind of like simple exploration games. There's not really combat. You're kind of just vibing for the most part and going around a pretty world with pretty music. It did feel fun to just skate around on a sword. That was a very fun feeling game. The movement was very fluid. I enjoyed that a lot. So if you have PlayStation Plus Extra, I know it is included on there. That is how I was playing it. I'm not sure if it's on Game Pass. It might be, but I don't know. Next up, Mafia: The Old Country. This was a game I was interested in, mostly just based off of the setting, honestly, because I thought it was cool that there was a game that takes place in early 1900s Sicily. I do not think that there's any other video game that takes place in that setting or time period. I am enjoying it. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but I very, very rarely play kind of like the AA, AAA kind of like story-based, narrative-driven games. So for me, it's kind of a nice, refreshing kind of thing, because it's like, I've heard a lot of complaints from people that have played this game. They're like, oh, it's like you're just kind of like playing, to get to the next cutscene and then just like see what happens, but the gameplay isn't very, good or deep or anything like that. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm kind of just enjoying the story, so I'm kind of vibing with it. And big part of that, I think, is because I very rarely play games of this caliber. Like, kind of straightforward AAA, big budgety kind of games, even though I think this isn't really big budget. It's a bit on the lower end for this developer. It is a $50 release. But I'm liking it. And I did check because I'm like, I really don't play any games like this, huh? And I looked and I was like, yeah, the only AAA game I've played so far this year was... Let's see. Is there any? I don't think so.
Nope. Now, when you say AAA, like Donkey Kong Bonanza...
True, but even that's different than, you know what I mean, when I talk about
realistic,
yeah,
like high-res graphics. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like a Last of Us or anything like that, right?
Sure.
Like, I don't play a lot of games in that vein. Like, I've played 9 games in this year. All of them, I think, have been indies, except for Donkey Kong Bonanza and Oblivion Remastered. So, I just don't play games like that. So, for me, it's kind of refreshing. Everything I play is either usually indie or old. So, I'm always behind on the times. But definitely get to see Mafia to the end. It's only about a 10-hour game, which I think is the perfect length for a game like this. Because when games like this are like 20 hours long, that's why I never played The Last of Us Part 2. Because I know how long it is. And I'm like, that kind of game for that long does not sound fun to me. And I will play it eventually. But just waiting for the time to come. And then I obviously have said dabbled in Hollow Knight. I think I was talking about before the show, but I've dabbled a little bit in Baldur's Gate 3 again recently just because I felt like it. So I'm kind of all over the place right now, but gotta get back to Expedition 33. That's the big one that I'm missing.
Oh yeah, what the hell are you doing?
That's what I want to get back to.
Still haven't finished Expedition 33. So I finished Act 1 or Chapter 1 or whatever, and then I stopped playing. So I need to get back to it. I still have a while to go. It is Zach's favorite game of all time, after all. So
of all time,
number 1
for sure.
I don't know, man. Dark Deity 2 creeping up there. I'm sure.
Dark Deity 2 is fun.
It's a Fire Emblem like, and we're getting a new Fire Emblem next year. Let's go! I'm so excited for the new Fire Emblem.
Isn't it crazy we're at a point in time where we can have Nintendo close out a direct with a new Fire Emblem? When before this game, the series used to be so freaking niche. Now it's like we're closing out with this game. Like,
true, but I think people underestimate I think people underestimate Fire Emblem. I feel like since Three Houses, it's like pretty much a mainstay, a big deal.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like as in before like 3DS era.
That's
like
fair.
this would be just a little hey look this is coming to the 3DS and then now it's just like a huge thing like yeah look we got this large scale Fire Emblem game, well, last thing
It looks so good too. I'm very excited. It's the first not ugly Fire Emblem that we've had since Radiant Dawn, so I'm looking forward to it.
It's funny to think like you think like Fire Emblem, it's like a big series because it's from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think of like something like Metroid, it's funny like Metroid's like such a like a staple, like a cornerstone of like video games. But I think Dread's the best selling one, and it sold less than Three Houses. So it's like it's just kind of weird to think about that.
I know. I'm pretty sure Hollow Knight Silk Song has already outsold Metroid Dread. So
I saw a stat if Hollow Knight Silk Song sells what Hollow Knight 1 did, because they announced it sold like 15 million copies. If Silk Song sells that many copies also, Silk Song and Hollow Knight 1 will have sold more than Metroid franchise and Castlevania franchise combined.
it's insane.
So it's like
Gotta start calling them Hollow Knight likes.
Yeah,
Hollow
Knight
Knights.
like Silkies. Start playing some Silkies.
I don't like that. Sounds vaguely sexual.
What's wrong with being vaguely sexual?
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely nothing.
There you go.
Recent gaming pickups.
My silky pickups.
I feel like I should either go first or last because I have a shit ton.
Well, Craig, you either have to go first or last. So
I'll go first.
Okay.
I got Hollow Knight Silk Song and Dark Deity 2 digitally.
Hell yeah.
I also bought on sale Nine Souls and No Man's Sky was on sale.
Look at that.
And I heard it's pretty good on the Switch too, so I bought it.
It's a shame you got it on Switch too, because it's supposed to be a pretty easy platinum trophy.
I mean, I got No Man's Sky at launch on PS4. I was in the
You're one
trenches.
of those fools.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't played it in like 10 years now or whatever, so.
I got it on PS4 and I got the platinum, so don't worry.
There you go. Made up for
Do I have platinum in that game? I don't think
you just had to like jump planets a shit ton.
And you just got everything.
Yeah, essentially.
That's fair.
I don't think I got the platinum on it, but I definitely played a good amount of it at launch. So.
Alright, well. I guess I could do my pickups. Like I said, apologies in advance, because I have a ton. I hope you all packed a lunch between...
Sorry, Jason and Jonathan. It's all going to be backwards.
Yeah, it's all going to be backwards, so make sure you flip your screen so you can read the names of my games. I tried looking into how to flip my camera. I don't know how to do it the way that we record. So unfortunately...
You can't just, edit your video
to the left hand.
Well, I mean, I could try, I guess, but that sounds like a lot of work.
Just put them upside down. Fuck with
hold them upside down.
I got this copy of Hannah Montana.
Perfect. But yes,
do you have a mirror handy?
I do not, unfortunately, no mirrors. But yes, but from between birthday gifts and getting birthday money gifted from family and stuff, so I have accomplished a lot of additions to the game collection. First off, not a game, but related. I was gifted the Final Fantasy VI Magic the Gathering deck, which is very exciting. So there's a commander deck in there of all Final Fantasy VI cards. Very cool. I've talked a lot about me being a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, but I do like the occasional Magic the Gathering. Yes, Tyler, you got your snack. You're good.
I had to for your pickup, so
there we go. So go ahead.
You'll see Magic the Gathering cards can be packed in with the FF7 on Switch.
Yeah, which I think is very funny.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that. It's gonna be my first pack.
Perfect.
Well, you got a pack with like the game?
Yeah,
they pack it inside the box. Yeah.
It's kind of neat. I hate that it makes me want to buy a copy because I'm like I could just go get a pack, but I kind of want to get this just because it's fun that the game comes with it.
Hell yes.
I don't think I'll do it, but I thought about it. So these next three, these actually I found while cleaning my garage, so I don't know if they count, but Far Cry 3, 4, and MLB The Show 14, I have no idea when I got them, how long I've had them, but they haven't been logged in my my game collecting logs, so they count as a new pickup to me. Next up, got an Essential, Gears of War on the 360. Got this at Book Off in Arizona, because they have a Book Off there now, which is kind of fun. It's like a Japanese, like, kind of media resale chain. They do a lot of, like, anime figures, things like that. Got the Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I've heard very good things about these games. Excited to try them out eventually. I don't know if I'm going to want to play all of them, because there's a bajillion of them, but...
For the Platinum, you have to beat every single one. It's all one trophy list.
That's rough.
And each version of one. So you got to be like 1, 2...
Oh, that's stupid.
3 whatever, 4 whatever, 4 whatever, 5 whatever, 5 whatever, 6 whatever. I was like,
that's dumb. No, that's too much. Definitely not happening. Next up, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age. I'm very interested to get to this Final Fantasy eventually, because I've heard a lot of mixed things. People either really like this one, or it seems to like fall right in the middle of favorites. It seems like nobody hates it, though. I've heard the combat's very MMO-y, but either way, gonna be a good time. Next up,
Sir Lumber's a big fan of that one.
Who is?
Sir Lumber, Brendan, big fan of 12.
Good to know. Next up, Suikoden 1 and 2 on PS5. Just talked about it. Mafia: The Old Country. Everybody's favorite Square Enix game, Forspoken. I think that this game looks like fun. I don't care what anyone says. I've always wanted to check it out, and for $13, I could not say no. So,
well, I think play the demo.
It's
I think I made a YouTube video of the demo.
That's funny. It was Luminous Productions, which people love their Final Fantasy 15. So. This was also a gift. My friend Rachel got me the Breath of the Wild soundtrack. It's absolutely massive. It is 5 discs of music. So very cool. Very thoughtful gift. Thank you, Rachel. Let me move all these down. Don't want to drop them. Next up. This was hilarious. And I had to get it because it was $5 and it's a big box DS game. We got My Weight Loss Coach for $5. Big box, comes with a pedometer, so you could track your steps by putting your DS in your pocket. I think it's incredible that this exists.
What is that game exactly?
It's My Weight Loss Coach.
But do you just does it just tell you what to do and you go do it?
A fun and easy way to improve your physical well-being. In just 5 to 10 minutes each day, learn to reach the ideal balance between diet and exercise to achieve your optimal body weight.
Failing at that shit hard right now.
He crunches away on his Bucky's Nuggies.
Who published that game?
Ubisoft.
Hell yeah.
So I got a 0 sugar soda to wash it down, though.
Exactly, it evens out. Next up, we got Cyberpunk 2077, Phantom Liberty. So I found out, I didn't know this, because I've talked about my enjoyment of Cyberpunk 2077 on the show before. I did not know, because I don't own the DLC for the PS4/PS5 version. If you have the DLC, you can start a new save file straight from where the DLC begins. So that's how I plan on playing Phantom Liberty, because I don't own the DLC for PS5. And I've already played the main game like 1.5 times. So I'm like, oh cool, I don't have to start over, and I could just play the DLC. And it does, it's a little rough around the edges because it's on Switch too. But it's good enough. It's just not as pretty, but the frame rate's like a consistent 30-ish, and that's good enough for me, at least in a handheld form. If I was playing on the TV, I'll just play on PS5. But playing this handheld, it's kind of cool, fun, novel.
I got a question.
Of course.
Are you using the default size?
For my wiener?
Yeah.
No, I had to go large, of course.
Oh. Cut
large
or uncut?
wiener and large boobs only.
Is it cut or uncut?
It's cut.
Okay.
I'm a default man myself.
Keep it humble. Alright, next up. I got an uncommon Game Boy... What?
Remember, that's a clip. That could be a clip.
That could be a clip. I got an uncommon Game Boy Advance game. We got Disney's Extreme Skate Adventure. This was a CIB game at Zia Records in Arizona for $7.99. So I'm not going to say no to any Game Boy Advance game complete for $8, but especially one like this, kind of cool because looked it up online. There's only, I think, a handful of copies on eBay, like maybe 5 to 10, so definitely not the most common Game Boy Advance game. And all the copies that were up were all like closer to like $20, $30, so I was happy to get a bit of a deal on it. Next up, we have, I can't lie to you, I do not know the full title for this one, but it's a Japanese GameCube game. This is a Zoids game. There are, I believe, 3 Zoids games for GameCube in Japan, and I had the other 2, so I wanted to get this one just to finish out the trilogy of them. Got it from Pink Gorilla Games, where I also got Mutsu no Hohon, which is a Japanese exclusive GameCube game. No idea what this one's about, but the cover art's adorable, and I just like collecting for Japanese GameCube, which also leads me to Generation Chaos, which is, for people of culture out there, an Idea Factory game. They would go on to eventually make the Hyper Dimension Neptunia games. So, kind of a cool, interesting game. It's like a weird RPG-looking game. I can't play it because I don't know Japanese well enough, but...
Is that, like, based off the same game that's on PSP called Generations of Chaos or some shit like that?
It might be, I'm not sure, but probably.
Interesting.
But yeah, this is usually a bit more of an expensive one, but they had a pretty good deal on it at Pink Gorilla, so I was excited to get that. And then, next up, this is where the good stuff comes in, because we have, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a long time, some PlayStation Vita games. Exactly. I still want to get all of the limited run games for Vita, and they had a bunch of ones that I needed at Pink Gorilla, along with a lot that I didn't get because I had a lot of the expensive ones I need still too, but I decided instead of getting just 1 or 2 expensive ones to get a bunch of the cheaper ones they had that I needed. So we have A Game of Culture, Nurse Love Addiction. We have Antiqua Lost, Sealed, a Kemco RPG. We have Alone with You, a sci-fi romance adventure, and this one even has a manual, which is fun. So, not a lot of Vita games with manuals. Next up, we got Plague Road, which they had multiple cover arts of this one, and this one is apparently the con exclusive variant, which I didn't even know at the time. So, kind of happy I ended up picking that one just because I thought the cover art looked cooler. We got Pix the Cat. And finally, we have Sierra Lim 2. So that is some more Vita limited run games. I am now at 54 out of 101 limited run Vita games. So I'm only 47 away from having all them, and then I'll totally have all the, North American games for Vita, which is exciting. So it's nice having the retail set, but it'll feel much more complete once I finally just have it all. Next up, we've got some Dreamcast games for the Dreamcast set. NFL Quarterback Club 2000. $3.99, can't beat any game in 2025 for $3.99. We got ESPN International Track and Field, very exciting, only the best games for the Dreamcast.
What could you possibly do in that game? What could that game possibly be?
I like to imagine it's just QWOP before QWOP. That'd be good.
It's like a weird version of Mario and Sonic.
Next up, some people may say this doesn't count for the Dreamcast set. I say it does because there's a game on it, and that is a sealed copy of Web Browser 2.0. But it comes with little text down here, includes full version of Sega Swirl game. So that's the only way you could get the full version of Sega Swirl. I think it counts for the Dreamcast set.
What is Sega Swirl?
It's basically just like a match color puzzle game. It's nothing special.
You should do a live unboxing right now of that.
Right now? No, I'm keeping that baby sealed. It's gonna be worth something someday. It has a $3 sticker on it now, but just you wait. Last up, this was actually a gift from the lovely Bird Dog Gaming. He got me Ooga Booga on the Dreamcast. So thank you, Christian, for my copy of Ooga Booga. Couldn't have done it without you. And I also got a nice statue of Dark Magician Girl from my friend Emily, but it's too far away and I've had to take off my headphones to get it. So thank you, Emily, for that. It's what?
It's not camera safe?
It is camera safe. It's literally I just can't reach it, and I forgot to grab it.
Okay, Craig.
Hold on. Oh my god.
He has two statues. One's NSFW and one's
the safer work one. The safer work one he's getting.
It's camera safe.
Okay.
That one is, but the life-size body pillow in your roommate.
I leave it next to my naked one. But yeah, that is the birthday gifts / birthday week game collecting, game hunting store, whatever haul. First time in a long time I've added a ton of games to the collection, and definitely the last time in a long time too, because it's a lot of shit.
That's it?
That's it. Why are you disappointed?
You didn't get something that we both ordered?
Oh no, I haven't checked my mail.
Hoping we both show it off this episode.
Sorry.
But fine, I'll show it off then.
So you can show it
By
off.
NSFW Dark Magician Girl.
I have to censor the episode.
Put a censor bar on the tatas. Like, alright.
Be awesome.
Alright, so let's see. Went to a game store. Picked up a couple things. I got a Jirachi model kit because it was like $10, so I was like, why not?
Who doesn't love Jirachi?
Exactly. Picked up 3 PS5 games. I guess I might as well show this one as I talked about it. This is that Macross game.
It looks neat.
There's that. But then when you open it,
there's the girlies.
The girls. And you get a card.
Ooh, that's fun. I think I need to buy a copy just to get the card. I love a fun insert.
It's actually really fun too, so I recommend it. This game was $20, so I said why not? Puzzle Bobble 3D, Vacation Odyssey.
I swear you've shown that game before on this very podcast.
I showed the DS one that I got recently.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
Not this one. The rare variant DS one.
Mm-hmm.
And then this they had for $25 used, which I was like, yeah, because I was gonna buy it regardless. Shadow Labyrinth. $25. Figured, why not?
I didn't even know that got a physical copy.
I got a special edition too, but it doesn't really come with much. So, And then also, one night as I was laying in my bed, just about to go to sleep, our buddy Christian Bird Dog Gaming texts us, and he was like, "Guys, this is not a drill." And we're like, me and Craig are like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Yo, Deal Tavern got this 3 game, or was it 3? Yeah, we bought them out, right?"
Yeah.
No, it was 4 actually, because I messaged Vinny and Vinny bought one.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we sold him out of sealed BMX trick racers on the Game Boy Advance. So, yeah.
Apparently a super rare one. I didn't even know about it, but they were like, "Yeah, you should buy this, Craig," and I was like, "Okay." So
yeah, I already have one complete in box, but I was like, "Ooh,
you're
sealed?
a scumbag reseller."
Well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this graded and post it on Reddit. That's my plan.
So they're gonna love that.
This is gonna be my first graded game. Stay tuned for like maybe in 2 episodes when it comes back. We'll see what we get. I'm probably not gonna do that, so don't count on it. But that'd be kind of funny.
It'd be so funny if you did.
How much does it cost to grade a game?
I think minimum still like $60 or $70. It's not cheap, so
never mind.
You know what I want to get graded? I have a sealed copy of what's that? It's that Wii U game. It's like 30 Great Games. It's like that shovelware game. That's like the worst rated game on Metacritic. I have a sealed copy of that, and I thought it'd be funny to get that graded.
What I want to get graded is that, like, I want to get it graded as CIB, and it's that really shitty Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, yeah. That's missing half of the box.
I just want to get that, but I want to get, like, a mint-looking manual, a mint cartridge, and then just to have a shitty box in the case. Dude.
Be good.
Be great. But, yeah, so those are my pickups.
Good stuff.
I guess we're on a trivia now, right? I think.
Yeah, I guess you can quiz us on everybody's favorite console of all time.
All right, guys. So, we're recording this on a Wednesday, ignoring the fact that I also had an additional 2 weeks to do this anyway. But I'm just gonna blame it on recording on a Wednesday.
And also, this is not going up until Monday, so.
Yeah, recording this on Wednesday. It's going up Monday, so y'all.
Trying to get back on schedule.
I'm sorry for the 2 of you that really we're excited to hear about the ColecoVision game trivia, but that's going to be pushed to the next episode because I was trying to find shit out about that, and
I actually think we have negative people interested in the ColecoVision listening to the show.
Well, don't worry, because once we get
just clicked off,
because you mentioned it.
Don't worry, because once we get past that, we're going to go right back to the Odyssey 2. Now, we're probably going to go to the NES, and then we'll actually start having, relatively normal systems.
Then we'll have good questions.
Yeah. So, then it'll be all fine and dandy. But so, I figured, alright, let's take 2 of Craig's Genesis games and 2 of Zach's Genesis games, and let's find some trivia questions for each of them. So, of course, both of y'all had 3 games, but I forgot what your 3rd game was, so I didn't do that. So we are going to do this one first. Craig, one of your games is Kid Chameleon. And this goes for both of y'all. Oh,
are all the questions for both of us, or are they for the person?
They're for both of you. If you want to answer it, you can.
Okay.
How many levels are in Kid Chameleon?
7.
Ooh. I want to say it's like 113 is what I read.
What the fuck?
Zach said 7. So it's 126.
Damn it, I was close.
Craig was closest.
So do I get the point then?
Yeah, we're not doing fucking half points. Do not bring that shit up. Full point. All right.
Full point.
So, Zach, I'm sorry, one of yours got a little complicated, but it's because I recently found out that this is actually a thing. So you know when you're playing Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, right? You know by the score you got that little orange guy, right? What's his name?
Mean Bean.
No. You got the second part right.
Orange Bean.
No.
Puyo Bean.
Dr. Bean.
No.
Robot
Bean.
No.
Robotnik.
All right, you know what? Let me try to make up some multiple choice for this one. Start to talk about something while I just think of.
Tyler, you should be a bit more prepared.
No, y'all should know this. If you played these games,
how should we know this? Why would we know this?
Because why not?
I'm gonna go with Dr. Bean. Final answer.
Well, no, we got multiple choice now, so don't worry.
Okay.
Is it Orange Bean, Smiley Bean, Has Bean, or Grateful Bean?
Has Bean. I'll go Smiley Bean.
I'm gonna say Has Bean because I don't think you're clever enough to come up with that on your own.
It's Has Bean. Good job.
Yeah, Has Bean was too good not to be true. Backhanded compliment, but
that's half a point.
No, it's a full point. Sorry. All right, going on to Musha. Who is the main character of Musha?
Oh God,
I have no fucking clue.
Come on, do you not read? You played the game.
His name is Musha.
I just know that Musha is an acronym, and I think your name is.
You look so frustrated.
I don't want to say like a generic Japanese name and just be super racist. I don't know. I don't know what the name was.
The character has a name that you play as.
I don't know what the name was.
All right, so multiple choice. We got my boy Philip, we got my boy Gary, we got my boy Terry, and we got my boy Roger.
It's Terry. It's Terry.
It's Terry. Okay.
It's Terry. Thank you. I was for some reason okay. You know in Smash Bros.
It's not Tanaka.
All I could think of in Smash Bros. Was you know Dr. Kawashimi, that face, or Dr. Kawasaki, that face that like is a trophy in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
For some reason, so this game has a bunch of faces, like ships that are shaped like faces, and all I could think of was Dr. Kawasaki. That's all I could think of.
Is that the guy from Brain Age?
I think so. Is it Kawasaki? Damn it.
All right.
Got a fact check.
Kawashima.
Now you sound more racist than you did earlier.
Kawashima.
Ah, what's his name? Kirashimi? Something like that.
Just go ahead and cut the last minute of the episode.
No, we're leaving it in. This is talk about clippable content.
Like 5 clips.
We'll just call it Zach is racist.
Yo, wait. Yo, put that as the image at the bottom of the video. I don't care what you got now. You got to edit that in now.
No.
Why not? It's not a lot of editing.
You're not the one editing.
You got like 5 extra days.
I'm going out of town. That's why we're doing it today.
You're going out of town, what, Friday? So you got tomorrow.
I got to pack.
You're not packed already? You should think ahead. Sorry, buddy. All right.
Oh my God. Next question. You thoughtless bastard.
God, Zach, we should go back to just us two, I feel.
You guys are mean.
All right. So Echo the Dolphin, he has some like stars on his forehead. I guess it's a forehead for a dolphin. What are those stars from?
I don't believe you because he doesn't have stars in his head in the game that I played.
Go look up the art. Go look up the art.
No, in the first game he does not have stars. I promise.
I think in his culture they're called.
Oh, on the cover art. Oh yeah, I guess he does. How did I never notice that? He does have little stars.
All right, thank you.
They're
Let's
from his
see.
alien planet.
What are they called? I have no idea.
No, not what are they called. What are they from? What caused them?
Birthmark.
Sure. I don't know. Birthmark. Part 2.
No, they're scars sustained from bite marks of a shark attack, but close enough, I guess.
Sustained from...
I definitely didn't get far enough in Echo the Dolphin to get that lore.
It's in the prologue, my guy. It's in the prologue.
There's a prologue?
No, I don't know.
I don't think there's a prologue. You just kind of swim around and all of a sudden the world ends. It escalates pretty quickly.
Nice. Well, I guess no one's gonna get that point.
No,
I'm not giving you each a half a point. We're not.
You seem so downtrodden. I guess no one's gonna get that point.
He's like, I wish you guys knew more about Echo the Dolphin.
I mean, Craig should. He was assigned to play the fucking game, and he had a whole extra week.
Dude, I want to see you try to play Echo the Dolphin and tell me you can figure out what the fuck you're supposed to do.
Beat it by next episode. Bet.
Okay, do it.
Do you have 2 questions? Do you have 2 more questions for your games?
I don't. Why would I?
That's it?
That's it. I only had 4 questions. I figured I'd do yours.
So, Zach got 2 points and I got 1 point?
Yeah, so now we're at Zach. No, we're not giving you 1.5. Zach, you are at 23, and Craig, you are at 22.
Damn it! It's the first time I've fallen behind.
Zach, you better start studying your ColecoVision games. That way you can stay ahead.
You're right. Gotta get brushed up with my ColecoVision.
There you go. The greatest console of all time. Behind the Sega Genesis, ladies and gentlemen. So,
what a seg.
As previously stated, we all played 3 Genesis games each. We picked one for ourselves, and we picked one for each other. The games that I got were Crusader of Senti, Echo the Dolphin, and Kid Chameleon. Zach, what were your games?
I got Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine featuring Has Been, Musha, and Phantasy Star 4 is what I gave myself.
All right, and Tyler, what were your games?
I had... What was that game? Dynamite Heady, Shinobi 3, and Beyond Oasis.
Did you beat all of your games?
I beat 2 out of 3.
Zach, did you beat your games?
I beat one of them for sure. I don't claim credit on one of them, and then I definitely didn't beat the third one.
Skip to the last level. Dr. Robotnik's has been machine.
I also beat one, and I did not beat the other 2, but I plan to try to beat them. I just have not beaten them yet. Do you guys think that you are more or less or the same interested in the Genesis library after playing these games?
Well, I gotta play Altered Beast.
Gotta. Best 15 minutes of your life.
Probably.
Tyler, how about your Genesis opinions? Better, worse, same?
I mean,
you actually are the most of a Sega kid out of the three of us, right? Because you had it seemed like you played a lot of Sega games growing up. I had a Dreamcast, so I was like a late Sega kid. Zach, I don't think you had any Sega experience as a kid, right?
I played a lot of Sega games, but I didn't own a Genesis until like I was out of high school. But you know, them compilations be good. But I don't know. I feel like this it was honestly really cool playing like different games that I haven't played. Some of them pretty difficult. Some of them got me pretty frustrated. Zach knows about one of them. But honestly, it was pretty cool going back and playing some like different games, and it was nice that they were. I mean, you guys got a couple like longer ones, but it was nice having like some shorter games that I could like finish in like a sitting or like a couple sittings. So that was nice, and I wouldn't mind going back and playing some of them. Some of those all-time classics, as people say, like Echo the Dolphin. I wouldn't mind trying that one out and figuring out how Echo got some scars on his forehead because in the first 10 minutes of gameplay. But
apparently. Supposedly. Yeah,
what about you?
I'm the same with you kind of. Most of as a kid playing the Genesis, my experience was either at a family friend's house, playing either Sonic 2 or Vector Man, or playing the Sega Smash Pack Volume 1 on the Dreamcast. That was all my Genesis experience as a child. Nothing else was until I was older on different compilations and the Switch Online now and stuff like that. I'm definitely interested. It's just there's something. It's so strange how different all Genesis games looks, feel, sound from Super Nintendo games. It's weirdly jarring because it's like nowadays you're not. There's no disconnect. You can play a game on Xbox or you can play a game on PlayStation, and it looks the same, feels the same, all that jazz. But it is just interesting how different the hardware was back then. That even if you play the same game, quote unquote, on like Genesis or Super Nintendo, totally different experience, very fascinating. And Genesis games just really do have their very own distinct vibe, especially with the music. Everything is very bassy and bouncy. Like there's something about that Sega sound chip. It's just so distinct, and I feel like if you were to go on YouTube and you to just look up like a retro game music compilation for background listening or whatever, it's like if you were to have all the different consoles on it, Genesis would stick out like a sore thumb compared to anything else, because there's nothing else quite like it. Like I said, very, very bassy. The bass is very heavy on every Genesis soundtrack. But I enjoyed it. There's definitely a lot of games on the Sega Online I want to play, and some games that aren't on there that I want to play, so I'm going to have to go through other avenues for that. But most notable Genesis games I feel like are playable in some way, shape, or form in modern days between Switch Online, collections. Sega's inevitably going to do another Genesis collection because they delisted their last one, and the only reason they would do that is to probably make a new one and convince people to buy it again. Yes, the more recent one on PS4, Switch, and Xbox has been delisted. So, not sure why, unless they were going to sell another one. So that's probably going to be what happens. But yeah, so I guess we could all talk about our games. We could go one by one. And I will say, I enjoy the concept of doing this. I definitely want us to do this with the other libraries on Nintendo Switch Online. I think that this was a lot of fun. And
I can't wait to do this with the Virtual Boy coming up.
Hell yeah.
I do have one quick random comment. And
yes.
I'm not sure how to phrase this. You mentioned I was a Nintendo kid. I grew up playing basically exclusively Nintendo games. And looking back at old Nintendo games, they all have I feel like a lot of the box arts, especially for the Nintendo first party stuff, are very cartoony, recognizable characters, all that. I was scrolling through the Genesis app. And I guess this is the whole Sega trying to be for an older audience. Every game is just buff cool dude with a gun. Or weirdly photorealistic muscle man. It's just this different vibe in there. I thought was kind of funny looking back on. And even Shinobi, I think it's just an actual dude with a sword. It's just
yeah, a lot of it almost looks more like realistic paintings. It's interesting.
Yeah,
that they went with the cover art.
It's cool. Phantasy Star 4 is the one I'm playing, and it looks like a realistic painting of a knight, rather than like little pixel, 16-bit thing. Just interesting, like difference in the box art there.
Oh, for sure. Well, I say we get into our games. How about we all start off with the game we gave ourselves, and then we'll go into the games that we gave each other.
Sounds good.
All right. Zach, why don't you start us off?
Sure. I gave myself Phantasy Star 4 because I like JRPGs and I really like Phantasy Star Online for the GameCube. So I did not beat this game. I think it's like a 15-hour game. I put I don't know. I put a few hours into it. And I think my impressions are I like it. I don't love it. There's some interesting things with the battle system that I think were kind of weird. So I feel like it's pretty unclear what everything is in the couple hours I played. So when you start a battle, you have like different icons to click on that are not labeled, but it's like a picture of a sword. Like, okay, that's probably attack. And you have like a picture of like a shiny thing, like maybe that's magic. Then you have like two more, and then you have like a shield, which is probably block. It doesn't say what these are. At least I couldn't see them on the screen, but you can kind of guess what they are. So then when you click on the little shiny thing, which I guess is like your spell list, for one character I wrote down what his spells were. He's like, I got him like a little 10 or whatever. And this is what I was shown. There's a bunch of spells where like the words were like truncated because they couldn't fit the whole word. And there's no context for what these are. There's anti, Wat, W-A-T, which I guess is water. Gelun, G-E-L-U-N, no idea what that is. And then Res, R-E-S. And I guess it's
I'm a big
first
Gelun fan myself.
My first like weird like abrasiveness with the game is you just kind of have to use the spell and figure out what it does. At least that's how I was experiencing it.
Yeah.
Like Res was like my heal spell, which I guess kind of makes I would think it would be like Resurrect, maybe it like revives, but it's like your regular heal spell.
Restore, man.
I don't know.
Restore.
I think it just kind of Restore makes sense. That's a good idea. It probably is Restore. But yeah, I think it just kind of made me like look back at like modern games and like just kind of take for granted.
Sorry,
it makes sense. But it just kind of made me like take for granted like modern JRPGs where like you just kind of are shown what stuff does.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know what Gelun does. I'm not even sure if I ever used it.
And this is probably an example of old video game expects you to have the manual to reference to.
Probably.
Like all these abbreviations are probably in the Phantasy Star 4 manuals. Like this means this, this means this.
Yep. So yeah, in this game you start out as two hunters and monsters like taking over the planet, whatever. You're a hunter, so you specialize in like going and killing monsters, like a bounty hunter kind of thing. So I did a dungeon, fought some rather like disturbing looking monsters. They're like kind of like sci-fi horror because these games are like sci-fi. How would you like sci-fi fantasy? Like it's a mixture of like futuristic fantasy, I guess. But it's got like some like creepy like alien weird wormy monsters that you had to kill in the first dungeon. The main character's kind of broken. She has a boomerang, so she hits every enemy. And then the other guy has like a sword, so you had to like hit one enemy at a time. I was making good progress, and then I got to a dungeon. I assume I was going on the like critical path. I get to a dungeon where it was like a huge like stat spike. I was just getting like one shot. So now my current status is I'm just like grinding outside that dungeon, running in circles, trying to level up. But I have 4 characters now. I have like a magician, a traditional like sword guy, my main huntress who has like a boomerang, and then I got some weird alien guy who's also a sword guy. So
fun.
It's fun. Yeah.
You gonna see it through to the end? You think?
I think I would like to. It's tough. I say that. But there are a lot of video games I really want to play coming out in the next couple months.
Yeah.
I think I'll try to keep this. I mean, this is on the Genesis NSO app, so it's so easy. Just turn it on, play for 20 minutes. It might be like a good bedtime game, play for till I get tired kind of thing. But
I've heard a lot of people consider this to be like the peak of Phantasy Star. People always say this is like this is the best of like the JRPGs for Phantasy Star. They say there's a lot of people say there's like one of the best JRPGs of all time, especially of like the 16-bit era. How do you feel about the story? Do you think the narrative is enough to care? Do you think that's why a big reason why it's so highly regarded?
Where I'm at, it feels like there's kind of like a mystery unfolding. Like the very first thing you do, you're like taking a job for this. I don't know if he's a principal. He's like in charge of this building. I can't remember if it was a school or if it was like the leader of this building. And he's like, go in the basement and kill these monsters. And then like you kind of find out that like maybe he's behind the monsters being there. I don't quite know what's going on there.
Or he's turning people into monsters, maybe.
Yeah, that might be kind of what the vibe is. That It could be. Yes, I don't think I'm far enough in the story to really tell. I do think the characters are kind of funny. Like for this being a game, a relative probably close to 30 years old now, I guess. The character banter is pretty funny. Like the main character, her name is Eris or Eris. She's just like talking shit to the other guy, the other new hunter. And there's this funny thing: if you accidentally press like the A button when there's nothing to interact with, it'll always bring up a text box of her going like, "Why are you wasting time? There's nothing here. Stop wasting time." And I'm like, I just tapped A. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
You idiot.
Like Professor Oak yelling at you when you can't do something. Like
literally, it's that. But
now's not the time for everything.
It's literally that, but pressing the A button, not like trying to surf on a rock. But the game's built up into like you have like towns or settlements or dungeons where it's like the you're like what you'd expect for a game like this, and then you go out into like the overworld where you're like big person walking on big space, going far to get to the next town, kind of thing. But,
how's the music?
I honestly indifferent. It might be good. I don't remember much about it one way or the other. I don't even 100% know if I was listening to it with volume. Be completely honest.
I only ask because I feel like a lot of times JRPGs do have stellar soundtracks, so it's disappointing when they don't. I feel like that's one of the best things about the genre is usually the killer music. So
yeah, and I'm sure. I mean, like you said, it's an RPG and it's a Sega RPG, and Sega games typically have good music, so I'm sure the music's good. I just don't remember one way or the other whether it was.
Tyler, any questions, comments, concerns about Phantasy Star 4?
I mean, I always wanted to play some of the older games because, like, how now the newer ones, they're kind of just huge. Well, at least the newest one, like New Genesis, is kind of like a huge MMO. And that's really the only Phantasy Star I ever experienced. I never experienced any of the older ones. So, I mean, it would be cool to go back and check those out. But, like Zach said, there's a lot of games. And there's a lot of games already out.
I know.
So, one day.
But it's a hard year. There's so many good video games this year. It's disgusting, actually.
And then I have to do games for this podcast or else Craig beats me, but
it's true. Long distance beating. I send carrier pigeons with rocks to drop on you when you walk outside.
Dropping my head right when I'm going to work. You should see the dent on my car. It missed me one day. But
Phantasy Star is one of those series that I plan on binging one day when the time is right. I've had Phantasy Star 1 downloaded on my Switch since they released it digitally on the Switch. So it's like I'm ready to go at any time. It's crazy. It looks incredible because it's a Master System game, and it looks way ahead of its time. It's a first-person dungeon crawler too, which is fun and interesting. So, and the original version, there was no map system, but they added one for this port, so you don't have to like literally draw your own map of graphing paper like you were expected to back in the day, which is cool in its own right, but I'd rather it be on the screen for convenience sake.
I just Googled Phantasy Star and clicked like one of the first links without looking at it. It brought me to like an old school like walkthrough, and now I want to play it because it has like one of those like old school like. I'll drop it in the chat, but
that's fun. You'll have to take a look at that later.
Yeah, that looks really good.
That's fun. Yeah, it's hard though. Let me tell you, that game is very, very difficult. Every time I've tried to start Phantasy Star 1, I walk out into the world and I get killed instantaneously, and I'm just like, well, maybe now's not the day. I'm like, I shouldn't be dying in the first random encounter every time I play this game, but it's fine. But it looks charming, the music's cool. I definitely want to play it eventually. I do know, too, there's a weird like PS2 remake that has really cool graphical style as well. So that is a series one day where I'm gonna do it all. It's just a big ask. So when the timing is right, I want us to all play Phantasy Star Online together. I think that'd be fun.
I would love that so much.
Be down.
Because do we want to do like one of these like fan run servers for the GameCube version, or do we want to just be normal and play Phantasy Star Online too because that's just available?
No, we have to play Phantasy Star 1 on a fan server with the wide GameCube controller with the keyboard.
Yes, so we can message each other that way. Perfect.
We should do an episode on that, like we all played it together that way.
That'd be so fun. I'm telling you, the one time I played Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2 Catch Co-op was like one of the most fun gaming experiences I've ever had. We need to just like all take a week's vacation and go to somebody's house, one of our houses, and we just play as much of that game as possible within a week and see how far we can get.
And these GameCube controllers go for like a couple $100.
But they're so cool. For those of you that don't know, Zach is referring to there's a GameCube controller with a keyboard in the middle that was released specifically for Phantasy Star Online in Japan, and it's as ridiculous as it sounds.
This one's all nice and yellowed, just like I'd want it to be.
They get very easily yellowed, unfortunately, but they are really cool.
So badass.
Tyler.
Me.
Why don't you talk about the game you picked for yourself?
All right, the game I picked for myself, Beyond Oasis, is actually the one I didn't finish. Finished my other two, but Beyond Oasis I didn't. Not because I didn't like it. I definitely plan to see it through, especially since
it's really cool. It's a cool game.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed what I was playing with it. I got to the part where I did the second dungeon, and that's because I played it for the first time. I went to the castle, met my parents, all that stuff, the king and queen. And then they're like, oh, you gotta go on this adventure, son, and you gotta go get these gems or whatever the hell they are. So I was like, all right, let me go get the gems. So I had to go to the water dungeon first, yeah. So I go there, go through the dungeon. It was pretty simple, the first dungeon at least. So that was simple, did that. And then I stopped playing the game for a bit, and then I played with Craig on Pokemon Violet, and then I realized I didn't save the game. So when I went back on, I was just like, all right, let's go back and, get farther in this game so I could talk about it for the pod. So I booted it up, and I was like, new data. I was like, shit. I didn't even make a save state. And I was like, shit. I was like, all right, we can zoom past this part. So I zoomed past that part. And then I actually made it to the second dungeon, completed the second dungeon, and that's where I got to. So, I mean, I think it was pretty cool. The combat's fun. You find a lot of chests. A lot of the chests are extra weapons because in this game, you just have like a dagger as like you can use an infinite amount of times. But then if you want, you find swords, crossbows, stuff like that. But then it's like limited uses and such. Each dungeon, you get like a summon per se. So like I had a little water fairy, and then I got this big fire monster. And then there's different things in the world like the fire monster. You find these like ice crystals. You can actually like, torch them and then they melt, and then you can get chests or whatever that you find. So that was cool. The soundtrack's pretty neat. I like the art style. The art style is cool. Pretty decent enemy variety. The first dungeon, you're finding like all these like weird little flat little goo thing. I don't know what the hell they are. Little slimes, I guess you could say. And then there's like rats and knights and stuff like that. And then you go to the second one, and you got like bats, zombies, and all this other sort of shit. And the boss was pretty cool too. It's like a giant head that just comes through the water and has these hands and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely one I want to see through, so I didn't get to see much of it, and I had to replay half of what I played. But
happens to the best of us.
Yeah. But I know it's a short one. You could beat it in like 5 or so hours. Is
it that short? Wow.
Yeah, probably if you're following a guide, though, because it doesn't tell you that much where to go. So...
Nah, it's definitely a guide-required game. Very much a Zelda-like, in my opinion. When I played it, I remember being very 2D Zelda-ish.
Mm-hmm. I'd say so. I mean, I haven't played 2D Zelda. I dabbled in them, but, like, I would compare it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, It was pretty early on in the show, I think, where I talked about when I was playing it, and then that was when my PS5 crashed out and I lost all my save data on everything, and it was very disappointing. But I remember enjoying my time with it. I definitely want to check it out as well. The sprite work in it is beautiful. It has all very big, beautiful, detailed sprites. Very pretty game. I remember the music being pretty banging, and the combat just feeling really smooth and good. I had a good time with it when I played it, but never finished it, so I need to get back to it as well.
Could both finish it. Gotta do it together. And then we can finish Echo the Dolphin.
And then we can finish Echo the Dolphin. Hey, for all you know, Echo the Dolphin's the game I finished. I didn't say what game I beat.
I already know what you finished. You told me.
That's fair. Zach, any questions, comments, concerns on Beyond Oasis?
I feel you would like it, Zach.
Yeah, just to reiterate, Craig, you said I should play this game like a year ago. And I will one day before, as linear time goes on, there will be a time when I eventually try this.
Eventually. I was also going to say, there is a Sega Saturn sequel, which I don't think a lot of people know about, which is kind of cool. And there's also, and then there's also a kind of spin-off-y game called Defender of Oasis on the Game Gear, which is a turn-based role-playing game. That's technically part of the series as well. So, if you guys are fans of Beyond Oasis, those are some other games related to it that might be worth checking out.
What's the Saturn one called?
I can't remember, to be honest. I know it's
Oasis?
It is something of Oasis, but I know Defender of Oasis is the Game Gear game. Are you looking it up now?
Yeah, I am.
Let's see. Let's find out, because I can't remember the name. It's bugging me. Beyond Oasis Saturn sequel. Because Tyler's too slow. The Legend of Oasis.
Legend of Oasis. Well, I was looking at the Game Gear one first. So I was doing.
No, you're okay. Yeah, Game Gear one's cool. Legend of Oasis, successor and prequel to Beyond Oasis. So, there you go.
That cover's pretty badass.
Yeah, and it's it's a Saturn game, so it's expensive, but it's not like as expensive as the average Saturn game. Like I think this is like around $100 compared to the average, notable Saturn game being around like $500 to $600. So
it's 150 to 200.
It's gone up a bit.
But that cover's
sick. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so stuff for you guys to check out. For me, the game I picked for myself, Crusader of Senti. This was the one game that I did beat. I was not enjoying this game for quite a while playing it at first, and then by the end of it, I learned to like it. Almost had a repeat with the Minish Cap there. I think my issue is that the controls are just very slippery, and for a Zelda, that is a very weird feeling, and it took me a really long time to get a grip of that. Like, I kept feeling like I was getting unfair deaths of getting hit or falling, or trying to get close to an enemy and getting closer than I wanted to because of how slippery the controls were, and that was really frustrating and hard to get used to. But once I got used to it, I started to like the game, and it had other really cool and interesting, unique mechanics that also kind of make up for it. So Crusader Senti is a 2D Zelda-like. I went into it thinking it was going to have more RPG elements because it is always labeled as a role-playing game. It is not a role-playing game in any way, shape, or form. I mean, unless you also consider Zelda a role-playing game, which I do not, personally. But it is I believe it's a first-party Sega title, published by Atlas in North America. Famously expensive video game. Complete in box goes for thousands. Just the cartridge alone, I think, is almost $700-800. It's an extremely expensive game. So, me and many other people were very excited when this got added to the online for this service because it was like, okay, cool. This really expensive game, easily accessible. Maybe the price will go down. That has not happened, but still cool that this game is more accessible for people to play, especially those that are fans of Zelda-like, Zelda-inspired games. And oh boy, is this game inspired by Zelda. I feel like this, could be like, if like you were watching like a TV show back in the day and you see someone playing a fake video game on a TV, this could be like a fake Legend of Zelda that somebody is playing. The way that the combat looks, the way that your health system works, everything about it very Zelda-like, which isn't a bad thing. Sometimes it's easier to get into games if it has a familiar feeling like that. And like I said, the controls drove me crazy for a while, but at the end of the game, I kind of got a hang of it. You kind of learn to kind of get to know the movement of the character and what the game expects of you. I'm sorry?
It's like Link on skates. He's just kind of sliding around everywhere.
Yeah. I'm glad to know it's not just me feeling this way because
it definitely, it's definitely is a little sloppy on the controls.
Yes, but it's also interesting because it's almost like if a Zelda game didn't have dungeons. You're kind of just going from place to place, and it's a lot of open areas. It's not exactly dungeons. There's not many puzzles. There's a handful, but it mostly is just kind of figuring out which way to walk and fighting things as you go. That's pretty much all you're doing for the most part. And that's okay, but I think that if it had more dungeon-like areas, that would have kind of helped the game feel a bit better pace, because sometimes there's stretches of games that felt kind of long and boring to me because it's just walking from place to place. And again, this is also a game that you definitely want to have a guide because it doesn't really tell you where to go, and you have to do a lot of backtracking. And correct me if you think I'm wrong on any of this, Zach, because I know you like this game a lot. I feel like
I play the guide for sure.
I was gonna say I don't think the game gives you a very good job on direction on where to go. It doesn't, but it's very charming. All the sprite work's very cute. The main gimmick of this game is you don't have items, you have animals. So you can equip 2 animals to you that will affect your abilities. If you have the cheetah equipped, you'll run faster. There's like this snake dragon thing that'll make you swing your sword faster. There's a couple of different ones. There's one that can make you, I believe, make your sword glide around, and you could control a bunch of these different things. I don't remember all of them, to be honest, off the top of my head. But basically, you get animals, and they can affect your movement of either your attacks or yourself, and you can combine them in 2. So let's say you need to get, you see like a collectible far away, and it's at an angle that you wouldn't be able to throw your sword at. You could equip the butterfly that lets you angle your sword whatever way you want, and you could equip, I think it's a flying squirrel that lets you throw your sword further. So you equip those 2, you could get it to the item that you want, and it'll bring it back to you. Stuff like that. You have to make a really far gap, so you equip the animal that makes you run faster and jump better or whatever. So stuff like that. Leads to a lot of kind of like interesting little world puzzles to kind of figure out how to maneuver and collect things, and in some cases defeat bosses. And it's just it's a good time. It's a pretty short game. I think I beat it in about 6 hours. You could probably beat it a lot faster if you don't suck or are following a guide well. But it's a charming little game. It's definitely the term, people roll their eyes at it, but it is kind of like a little bit of a hidden gem, I guess, because not a lot of people know about it even now. And it's the animal system is definitely unique, and I haven't seen another game use an item system like that. So I think this game gets a like thumbs up from me, not a double thumbs up because I didn't love it, but it was a unique experience, and I'm glad that I played it after knowing it for years and years and years, never finishing it. This was like one of the first games I ever emulated on a Genesis emulator, probably over a decade and a half ago. So to finally actually finish it felt good.
Yeah, I really like the music in this game. There's a couple like the boss theme that like really heavy guitar.
Yeah, almost like faux heavy metal.
Yeah, the music was fun. There's a couple things that bothered me, like when you mix the fire animal and the ice animal, the combination is really strong ice spell. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
No, it's stupid.
But and then also once I got the cheetah, I didn't ever want to take it off because you run like 4 times as fast.
Oh my god, yeah, it felt so much. And then it sucked when you had to equip anything but the cheetah because you felt like you were moving at a snail's pace.
It just upset me when I had to take the cheetah off to solve some other puzzle where I needed 2 combinations and I couldn't have the cheetah on because I was just, once you got the jump and the cheetah, I was just running and jumping around everywhere. That's how I traversed the map.
It felt good to do that, so. Yeah. And plot wise, totally whatever. It was there to be there, but it wasn't great, wasn't bad. Talking about uniting humans and monsters and yada yada. I did think it was cute when you first got the ability to work with animals. They're like, oh, now you can't talk to humans anymore. You can only talk to animals. And then when you tried to talk to anybody, it was just like a bunch of symbols, and you couldn't understand them. I thought that was kind of funny.
Did she get like cursed by like a witch or something? I can't remember. It's like in a
she's
house.
like you could because then you could talk to the animals, but you can't talk to the humans. It's something like that. But
Yeah.
it was cute. It was fun. I think if you like Zelda likes, I could recommend it. But if you're not a fan of like 2D Zelda, I can't imagine you would be a fan of this at all because it's not as good as a 2D Zelda. So, yes, sir.
I just muted my mic, and these boss teams go fucking hard.
Hell
They're
yeah.
great.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, everybody look
listened
up the boss themes. And I will say, that was, in terms of the combat highlight of the game, the bosses were a lot of fun. The final boss, kind of annoying, but every other boss was pretty fun. So
The one Zach's talking about is boss theme, battle theme 3 for the boss.
Yeah, it goes hard.
Dude, oh my god. I listened to the first one, I was like, alright. Listen to the second one, I was like, alright. I was like, oh, okay.
He's rocking
Damn.
out. But yeah,
Fun
those are my thoughts on Crusader of Senti. Pretty good. Went from not liking it to being pleasantly surprised by the end.
Curious. I played this game. I think I gave it like a 7 or 7.5. Let me double check what my rating
I think I
was.
gave it a 6 or a 7 on my personal rating as well.
Let's see. I must
But
have played
I
it-
do out of 5, so I do like either 3 or 3.5.
Let's
see,
I
what did
play
he
it in
give it?
I played it in 2023.
Mm.
Crusader of Senti. Yeah, I put a 7.5. It was like, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty fun game.
So it's just as good as Donkey Kong Bonanza in your eyes.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry.
Yeah, yes, just as good as Donkey Kong. You know what? Bonanza's on my bad side since they released paid DLC 3 months later.
That's fair, and it's not good DLC either.
Yeah, go to DK Island where you should have been able to go to in the base game.
That's so obnoxious. If they
It's
would
so-
have added like more bananas to get, I would have been more forgiving, but no.
Yep.
All right, Tyler, get your head in the game. I see you rocking
My
out.
head
and not
was
being
in that
part of-
game. Oh.
I know, but you're not.
I was
listening
listening. Y'all were talking about your game ratings. You were saying how you gave it like a 3 or 3.5 out of 5. And then Zach was saying how he gave it like a 7 or 7.5. He was looking, and then you said, wow, it was pretty much like Donkey Kong Bonanza. And then pretty much then Zach said, yeah, but Donkey Kong Bonanza kind of killed me with paid DLC, a little bit after
Thank you
the
for
game.
the summary of the last
No,
5
you're
minutes
welcome.
of the podcast.
Yeah, I was paying attention. I'm showing you that
Sounds
I'm
like-
paying attention.
Y'all ever watch a YouTube live stream and then if you look at the chat, it's like AI summarizing the live stream. That's what
Tyler's our AI.
Your artificial intelligence right here.
Thank you, Tyler. All right. Unless anyone else has anything else to say about Crusader Ascenti, I guess we can move on to Zach's next game.
I gotta play it just because that fucking boss theme, bro.
Dude,
That shit.
you should give it a shot. Like I said, it's pretty short, so just use a guide and you'll be fine.
I'll go with Musha first.
All right.
This was the one game I did beat
Oh,
beginning to
okay.
end. Not a very long game, especially if you have magical rewind powers like I do. So Musha, also known as Metallic Uniframe Super Hybrid Armor, because it is an acronym. It's a shmup. And there's a couple cool things here. So I, in general, am kind of a fair weather shmup fan. I think, I don't appreciate them. I appreciate them at a base level, but I don't love them or I don't play enough to know what's a good shmup and what's not a good shmup. This one definitely turns into a super bullet hell at the end. It was pretty hard at the end. Also so you are in basically what to me looked like a Gundam basically. You're just flying, and one thing I liked was you're flying in the sky, and they did a good job of making the ground below you look like it had a depth. It didn't just look like a flat background. There's some parts where you're flying over Japanese cities, and it looks like what you would imagine it would look like if you were actually flying over. The depth and the blur, it looked really good with how they did that. It didn't just look like a flat, ground grayness. Some of the enemy ships are really interesting. I mentioned the Dr. Kawashima thing. There's lots of creepy face shaped machines that just show up and then you blow their face up. I don't know exactly how the progression works in the game if you're playing legitimately. But since I was rewinding, I was getting a lot of my bullets were leveling up a lot. I don't know if it resets when you die and start over. I never allowed myself to start a level over. I just if I like died,
Rewound and got it right.
if I died too many times, I would just rewind a bit and do it again. So I kept all of my upgrades. I don't know if you lose your upgrades normally, but I got to the point where I was shooting like 4 or 5 wide lasers, and I was melting most regular enemies. It was pretty fun.
That's satisfying.
There was a really cool level where you're in like I guess it's like a thunderstorm at night, and the screen was like doing like when lightning would strike, the screen would like turn black, and like some things would be like lit up white. That was a really cool effect. So I think in general, like the visuals were impressive to me in this game. It's my understanding, it just felt like a bullet hell shmup with some interesting enemies, but the visuals were very good. Some spoilers for those of you looking to get to the end of the 1 hour campaign of Musha. At the very end, you beat the last boss, and you're getting like your celebration music. It's like, and you're like flying back to your ship in space, and then the enemy ship like does like a last chance like kamikaze, it like comes at you like while you're getting ready for credits to roll and just blows up. But I like happened to actually be paying attention, and I just kind of like held the down button and went away from it. And then it blew up on its own, and then like the music then got back to the happy music again. Then it rolled credits.
Hell yeah!
But it almost caught me. It almost caught me. I don't know if that would have blown me up if it would have started the whole level over.
That would have been amazing.
Not. I never would have let it happen.
Pulling Donkey Kong Country on you.
Oh yeah. It was a cool game. Like I said, just if you like shmups, I'm sure you'll find some enjoyment in this. If you play it like I did, it'll probably take you an hour to finish it.
Hell yeah.
I definitely do enjoy my shmups, and this is one that I still have yet to play, so I definitely got to get around to it. And like you said, only an hour. Most shmups are pretty short, so...
Yeah, my issue with shmups is they're always just super hard, and I'm not good at video games. So the thing is, they're short, but it's like, unless you have magical rewind powers or save states, it's kind of like good luck. You're going to be banging your head against the wall for 20 hours memorizing bullet patterns.
So I think there's 7 or 8 levels, and I will say the first 2 levels I was legitimately able to like finish without like, maybe I died once or twice or whatever, but like the first 2 levels were perfectly fine. But by the time some of those endgame levels, it was one of those things where it's like, I don't know how I would have avoided all this in a normal situation.
Yeah, it feels impossible unless you literally memorize it, almost. So
yeah.
And the levels are pretty long. They're not like short levels. They're like 10-minute levels. So like you're not gonna just like get through it real quick.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
In that Macross game that I got for the platinum, you had to beat the game on very hard difficulty from the beginning. So you get continues, but each level is like 3 segments. It's like segment 1, segment 2, and then the boss. And you have to literally put a setting on that lets you regenerate your health, because normally you don't regenerate health. So you just got to go through it, and that's how you do it. And you get 1 life, like, for the whole thing. So, I put that regenerate on fast, but it still barely helps. I get to the boss, and then I die, and I'm like, shit. But, yeah.
Was the soundtrack banging?
Soundtrack was, it was good, yeah. Once again, like, I don't remember much about it. It was also
this man played all Genesis games on mute.
I honestly, I don't remember. I played both of, I played these 2 first. I played Phantasy Star, like, first and last, but majority of my time with Phantasy Star and all of my time with Musha was, like, right when we decided to do this last time. I forgot most of the music details, but...
That's fair. Would you recommend this game to other people?
I mean, if you've got NSO and it's just sitting there and you like shmups, yeah, it was a perfectly fine shmup. I liked it.
Perfectly fine.
Yep.
Tyler, what was your next game?
All right, let's talk about the game that Craig gave me, and we're going to talk about Dynamite Headdy.
Headdy.
I beat Dynamite Headdy. But let me tell you. So you're pretty much like this toy from a toy factory, and like all the different enemies are like different types of toys and stuff. And then the only thing that's like not a toy after you is this cat. This cat like hates your guts. But besides the point, so your name, we'll call him Tom. But anyway, besides the fact, So in Dynamite Heady, it's like a fun little platformer. You have different like, they're not called acts, but they're like actually I think they are. They're like acts per se with certain levels. Then like 3 levels per act per se. And then the ability in the game is that your head can turn into different things. You got one that literally just puts you to sleep and restores your health. You got one that makes a whole lot of pretty much whenever you shoot. Instead of one thing going, it's like 3. You have another one that I think lets you like jump higher. You have another one that makes you really small. Stuff like that. So pretty much, game's fun until about the halfway point. Then it gets fucking brutal. All right, it get. I was playing on the Switch, and I was in a party chat with Zach, and Zach was dealing with me raging for quite a bit, especially at the last boss, because these bosses are no joke. Like they
I've heard
will
so many
just
slurs in my life.
Not slurs.
they will just destroy you in an instant, and then you got to start all the way at the beginning of the act, and then rewind was used gladly. It was
We're all
used.
fake gamers here. It's okay.
No. It's okay. We beat the game. Credits rolled. I played from beginning to end. So
I'm there
I
with you, Tyler.
technically played the whole game. I experienced the whole game. I rolled the credits. I didn't skip
I'm
nothing.
not judging. I'm saying You know what? I save state and rewind all the time. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that we're all equally fake gamers here.
No, we're not fake. We are real. All right. They added the ability to do it. We didn't we didn't mod it in. We didn't hack it in. They put it in there, so we are real gamers. All right. I don't care what any of these people say. All right, Patrick. I don't care what you say, even though I think you'll probably agree with me. Jason, I know you use rewind on certain games, so I don't even want to.
I feel like Jason's the kind of guy that uses rewind and lies about it.
I think what Jason said. I think what Jason said before is I beat the games when I was a kid, so now I don't care or something like that.
Like he earned the right.
He earned the right to use it.
My stance with rewind is all these games are 3 hours long. Like games these days are 30 hours. Games back then were 3 hours, but they made you play them 10 times as long for their bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'm just not going to do
Artificial difficulty.
Dude,
on my Excel sheet, it says I beat Musha on the Nintendo Switch 2, and that implies I played it how a Nintendo Switch 2 would play it. If I put that I beat it on the Genesis, that'd be different. But
That's
I put
fair.
that I beat it on the Switch.
I do that
2.
too, actually. On my list of games I put what version and then what console was played on. Yeah. So, like, I put, like, I beat Crusader Ascenti, the Genesis version, on the Switch 2.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then, apparently, there's a way in Dynamite Heady that there's, like, a whole, like, end, like, another world, another boss type thing. But, once you beat the game, you get a code, and you got to enter the code into this thing to unlock it. And if you didn't beat all the special levels, you didn't get the code. The code's randomized, you can't look it up, you can't find a code. So, damn well, I didn't do that.
That's lame.
Yeah, like when I looked at it, I was like, randomized. I was like, that's stupid. I only had like 2 out of the 4 I think I needed. It's like a basketball mini game. You like just keep hitting these balls into the hoop, and you got to hit like 15 or something like that, which is already difficult enough to do. It's probably because I was playing with Joy-Cons. That probably made this game even more frustrating. And then the last boss, let me tell you. So if you there's one thing floating around. It's changing the abilities. You have to hit it at the right time to get the right ability. You don't get the right ability, you're going to get hit by the boss. So, I rewinded, tried to get the right ability, didn't work, rewinded, tried to get the right, eventually got it, and that boss took forever to kill, but I finally killed him, and it was nice. Then Zach was finally able to go to bed. And,
yep.
Yeah,
it was tough.
Had to watch it.
But, if I played this game... if I played this game normally, man, I don't think I would have beat it. But it was still good. I enjoyed it. I say play it, finish it if you hate yourself.
Let me start right now.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
I know. I feel kind of bad if this game frustrated you so much because I suggested it, but I have only played the Game Gear version many years ago, and I was like, I remember it being pretty fun and creative.
It was fun in the beginning. Definitely creative throughout the game, but some of those parts got frustrating.
Was the music banging?
Music was good. I'll give it that.
Did you go as far as to say that it was dynamite?
Uh, uh...
Dynamite. TNT.
Did you, or would you suggest this to others, or do you think that the end game is too much?
I would suggest it to others. It's still a fun playthrough, but it just gets difficult. Like I don't know where my Pro Controller is, so I wasn't playing with a Pro Controller. I was playing with Joy-Con. If I was playing with a Pro Controller, it might have been a little easier because you got to aim your head in multiple different ways, and sometimes it just gets hard playing on a freaking Joy-Con. But yeah, so I'd probably say play it. You'll probably enjoy it.
Yeah, I want to check it
out. I feel like you got to play it now, and you got to play it through, and I want to hear your opinion.
I have to feel your pain.
Because, man.
Wants me to suffer like he suffered.
All right, Craig.
All right.
What is your second game?
Tyler chose Kid Chameleon for me. He was telling me this game's awesome. It's a great game. You're going to have a good time. Did I believe him? Of course not. He also thought that the Golden Axe trilogy was, incredible. And the Golden Axe games kind of fucking sucked butt.
Listen, that was nostalgic talking.
That's true. Now, Golden Axe, the first two Golden Axes were okay. It was the third one that was absolutely terrible. But I went into Kid Chameleon, not really any expectations. I had no idea what kind of game it was. I know the cover art because it's kind of the iconic one of the guy in the leather jacket doing this thing, and he has the sunglasses. So Kid Chameleon is kind of like a video game meta game where you enter like an arcade cabinet or something at a local arcade because all these kids are getting captured by the evil villain inside of the arcade cabinet. It's kind of goofy, meta, fun idea. But the game itself is very strange. So this is a 2D platformer that is like 4 hours long. It's way too long. I did not finish it because it is way too long.
It's too long.
Yes, it is
4
way
hours
too
is
long.
not too long. What
for this kind of game it is, because you know what? There's 4 different stages. There's 4 stages made into 126 different levels, and it's just the same crazy. 4 stages with different layouts. No. And not only that, but it's not linear. It's weird. So it's just kind of a platform where you go from right to left, but there's multiple different branching paths. You could do a million different ways to get to the final level. Each stage has multiple exits, so you could be on level 1, go to level 2, then go to level 90, then go to level 17, and just hop around. No, you don't play them all. Okay. I think at minimum you play, I think it's like at least 93 or 95, something like that. I looked it up to get to the end. So you're still playing almost.
Are these like 40 seconds long?
They're probably all about 30 seconds to 3 minutes, just depending.
Weird. Okay.
So it's very strange. You have a interesting power-up system where you get different helmets that give you different abilities. So some of them, like the best one, in my opinion, was like basically like a Jason hockey mask, and you could throw axes and stuff. You look like the characters from Splatterhouse. It's cute and fun. You get one where it's like you can reveal, like you have a laser gun, you reveal invisible platforms. You have one where you're like look like a guy in like a motorcycle mohawk kind of helmet, and you could like ram into enemies and ram through walls and stuff. You have a fly one that makes you tiny, but you can kind of glide, climb up walls or whatever. So there's all these different interesting power-ups, but it's just, unfortunately, is way too much of the same for the amount of time that this game takes to beat. It feels very repetitive because it feels like you're going through the same stages over and over again. Every once in a while, you get through an auto-scroller and you kind of feel something for the first time in a while just because it's different. There's a lot of just strange decisions. Like, you could end up in a stage with a power-up that is not helpful to you at all, and then usually what that means is that there's an invisible wall somewhere that you could walk through to skip through half of the stage because you don't have the power-up to get through the stage normally. It's a very weird game. I don't dislike it, but it's like, if it was like a solid hour, like 50 levels an hour, opposed to 100 levels in 3 or 4 hours, I think that I would be like, this game's pretty great. But I think it was a little overly ambitious with what it wanted to provide compared to what it actually gives you. But I do want to finish it only because I think I'm on like levels like somewhere in the 70s, And it's like, at that point, it's like, I might as well see it through to the end and get to it.
Dude, see it through.
Yeah, no, I'm going to. It's weird, it's interesting. I don't think I could recommend it to almost anybody, honestly. I don't really think it's worth anyone's time. Sorry, Tyler. I know you said you enjoyed it, but you also haven't beaten it, so...
That's a good one to go in the box. Not worth anyone's time.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, like, it's like, I'm gonna probably beat it, and then, be like, wow, I never want to do this again, but it's I'm not even sure if I'm glad I played it. I was gonna say I'm glad I played it, but I think that'd be a lie. It's a weird one.
I don't know.
I'm very conflicted about this game. It's creative and interesting, but like I said, it's just too much. Like I said, it's 4 level layouts that are like mixed up 100 times. If it was 4 level layouts mixed out 40 to 50 times, maybe it'd be a little bit more tolerable. But it's literally twice as long as it needs to be is my issue. There are boss battles that consist of jumping on giant heads of the boss guy. I've only fought him, I think, 2 or 3 times so far, and it's the same thing, just again in a different layout of the level. I will say though, this game has the most Genesis music of any Genesis game. It is the most Genesis-y sounding Genesis soundtrack of all Genesis soundtracks. It's extraordinarily bassy and like fake heavy metal the entire time, so that's kind of fun. But yeah, I don't think I could recommend this one. It's so average that it's not worth your time.
So would you at least give Kid Chameleon 2 a try?
There's a second one?
Yeah, it's a tabletop RPG.
Let's go. I'm down for that. I get a role play. No, it's a weird one. A lot of people love this game. You know, I see a lot of love for it online, so maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like it's like the most middling.
I mean,
the most 5 out of 10 I've ever played in my entire life. That's how I feel about it.
Hold on, Zach. I gotta talk to you real quick. You know, this guy's opinions are usually pretty opposite on video games. We know this from our last previous episode. A lot of the games that he enjoys are pretty shitty. The games that he doesn't like, usually are pretty good. So I feel like you should give Kid Chameleon a try, and you should tell me what you think about it. Because I had Christian try this game out, and he really enjoyed it.
I mean, I watched his streams.
None of you guys have beaten this fucking game, so I think that says enough.
And neither have you, and you're still giving a shitty opinion when I'm giving a good opinion. So, therefore, if you beat the game, then you can tell me.
Craig is known to treat things with a high level of prejudice, so
Excuse me?
Yeah. Like,
I said Donkey Kong Bonanza is a 7.5.
Like, I don't know. I feel like with
which
the
I stand by.
With the amount and variety of different abilities you can get, the levels might be like what's the name I'm looking for? Repetitive. Yeah. But if you play this game as like a quick little pick up and play game like every now and then, dude, what are we laughing about?
Tyler's out here selling it. Yeah, the levels are what I call shitty, but I mean they're fine.
They're not shitty, all right? I didn't say
if
shitty.
If you enjoy bad game design, you're gonna love it.
They're super repetitive, but if you like repetitive shit, I mean,
if you love bashing your head against the wall until it slightly bleeds, you're gonna love Kid Chameleon.
No. Yo, what does it have on like Metacritic?
I should be the tiebreaker. I should play it a little bit.
You should. I'm gonna beat it, only because I've made it as far as I have, but I'm not gonna enjoy it. Like, I'm beating it out of spite.
That's what I do.
I don't like not finishing games, even if I don't like it. I hate starting a game and not finishing it.
Kid Chameleon has an 8.1 on Metacritic, say no. For the...
is that a user score?
Yeah, because that's all we got. There is no Metascore.
So. Oh, I bet you there's a Metascore.
Says critic reviews are not available yet.
Damn it.
Yet. They're coming.
This guy gave it a 9. This guy gave it a 10, 8.
This first comment says, Kid Chameleon is one of the best
for difficulty
games I ever played, and it's super underrated.
Super underrated, baby.
So
it's
clearly
one of the best platformer game ever.
Those are the 2 things you should put on the back of the box. I would not recommend this game. It is super underrated.
Crazy Game has 8 user reviews, and that's it.
It's a hidden
One of
gem.
the most
That's why.
famous Sega Genesis games, and it has 8 user reviews.
Kid Chameleon is one if not the best platformer game ever. It have more than 100 level every one with a different style and
that's not true.
More
that is definitely not true.
Hold on. More I dead. Every level have different idea
this is like
who change your gameplay. And the level are made with one of the best design ever with a lot of ideas. Mind you, every is spelled EVRY. Single one do very well. The game have alternate ways who also change your gameplay, and the mass every level is made for a specific mass who make the game better. But if you get another mask or keep your last mask, the game rewind you by making the game a loot easier. After all, the game is one of the best platformer game, but I don't think is good for all the people. Some people who like challenge in platformers maybe will like it, but others will not. That's why I don't give it more than 9 or maybe less.
He's being harsh. He's giving it a 9.
Shout out to Cool Games if you're listening to this.
Cool L's.
Yeah, Cool Games is 2.
I will leave it at this. If the game had, it has quantity over quality, unfortunately. And also, there is a skip on the very first level to skip you to the final boss. So if you just want to cheat the game and beat the final boss, you can do that. I found that out.
Interesting.
So, the more you know. But that's all I have to say on Kid Chameleon.
That was a great
Thank you, Tyler.
Cool Games is the better guy here.
That's fair.
Well, you're welcome.
You can replace me on the show with him.
Thank God. We already got your login.
So, Craig, just to read one sentence review.
Yes,
How do you feel about this? How do you feel about this statement?
All right.
Sorry, it's 2 sentences. Another classic Sega Genesis title I've been familiar with and enjoyed my whole life. Okay. Now, as an adult, it's easier to see how much of a Super Mario copycat it is, but that doesn't take away its identity as an edgier, more high-stakes alternative.
He gave it an 8.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. You know what?
Would you call it an edgier,
9
more
out of
high-stakes
10
alternative to Mario?
It's nothing like Mario. It's nothing like Mario.
Well, this was written March 13, 2020, so he could be suffering sort of like some early COVID brain fog. We didn't know what it was yet.
Is that what it is? Or it's like, you know that meme where it's like a person who's only ever watched Boss Baby watches another movie and he's like, this is giving me big Boss Baby vibes?
Is this game on Metacritic? I know we're just talking about Metacritic.
Has this
now.
Cool Games guy ever reviewed any other game?
It says it was.
Oh my god, guys!
It was released. It was released in 2010 on PC, but all 3 written reviews were within a 3-month period in 2020
Yo,
I feel like this game was people were having COVID brain fog. That's why they played it.
Go crazy for Kid Chameleon in 2020.
Hold on. This guy only reviewed 2 games. The guy who reviewed Kid Chameleon, and his Kid Chameleon was his highest user score given, which was a 9. Right. And his lowest user score was given to The Last of Us Part 2, which was an 8.
A man of class. Only the finest gaming.
Please do not read that one.
I want to, but Craig will yell at me. I want to so bad.
I won't, but it's going to be another 10 minutes of the podcast.
I don't care. I'm already staying up this late.
Let's keep it to Genesis for now.
Damn it.
Fine. Zach, do you want him to read this review?
I'll do it fast.
Nope.
I'll do it fast.
2 out of 3. 3 rules.
Alright. Zach, what game...
That could be in a Patreon bonus episode. You could read that guy's reviews.
Yes. Everybody go pay for our Patreon, where we post Tyler's nudes and read Metacritic user reviews.
I'm reading it right now. I don't give a fuck.
My third game that Tyler picked for me was Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
An all-time classic.
I'll save it here. I did not beat this game because I do not possess the skill to beat this
game. It is incredibly hard.
It's so fucking hard. It made me mad because the game is very intuitive. It's a Puyo Puyo, match the colors together. They explode when you match 4 of them together. Stack it up, send junk to the opponent. Very simple concept. Even on like easy mode, like on like the 4th or 5th level out of like a dozen or however many there are, I was getting my ass kicked by these computers regularly. I did not understand how they were so good at the game. So basically, like you said, you're matching up the colors together. Simple. But you don't send any junk to the opponent, which is the whole point. You want to fill up their screen, make them lose. You don't send junk to your opponent unless you get a combo. And to get a combo, basically you match the blocks, and then when those blocks disappear, the blocks above it fall, and then those falling blocks have to land on matching colors to then make those pop, and that's how you get a combo. So you don't send any junk to them unless you get those. And like, you're basically having to like plan out ahead of time how you're going to create these combos, or just get lucky. But the computer is just a wizard at this, and they're just kicking your ass the whole time. It is, and I was, like I said, I was playing on easy mode, and I got like a quadruple combo one time, just complete luck. I did not plan it out, and I was like, surely this will win. And it like filled up their screen, and they just burned it back down and sent me a couple double combos, and I lost. I was like, what the hell is this game? I feel like every time I won, it was just off of like luck. I think that was my biggest complaint about it, was like, the game is fun. I enjoy what I'm doing, but it's like it feels so disrespectful because it's like, I don't think I should be losing like this on easy mode.
Or the second level.
Or like
it ramps up so fast.
Yeah, like the second level. Like I said, I enjoy the game. I don't understand how you're supposed to beat this game. It's very difficult.
It is very difficult.
Maybe it's a good situation, but it was I think I beat the first 5 missions, and then I stopped. But I like there's a password system. You can skip to any level. I did just look at Dr. Robotnik's last level.
Get an idea. Just
to see it. But yeah, it was a tough game.
But Dr. Robotnik's insane.
Oh yeah, this was and this is old school Dr. Robotnik, like not Eggman, where he's got the pinhead and the weird nose and the
this is the one from the American Saga, the American Sonic cartoons back in the day.
Yeah.
And every time you hear like one of them scream from the enemy side, it's like woohoo! You're about to get fucked.
Oh, also
it's over.
All the enemies are just like generic, at least to me. Maybe it's from the cartoon. They're just like generic, like Dr. Robotnik robots, and then like
some of them are from the cartoon, I think.
Yeah, I think only maybe 2 or 3 of them are, but the rest of them are all just kind of like in that same art style.
I did enjoy between levels getting the interstitial, like the heart to heart like character stories from what was his name, Has Been, getting to know his character more and understanding, fleshing that out a little bit more, did make beating these levels worth it, because I was struggling to get
The story really carries.
Yeah. Has Been,
dude, I want to get like a Has Been shirt. Like I just want to rep him, dude.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, like I think if this game was like remade,
I'm sorry, I should have let you keep going for a minute, but I couldn't.
If this game was remade with like baby difficulty, like I would probably play the whole thing. I enjoy the game. I just it makes me feel dumb.
Yeah, it's Puyo Puyo, right? It's just Puyo, and if you like Puyo, this is very hard Puyo.
Yeah.
It's very hard. I think this was the first Puyo game we got in America too, technically. So I could be wrong. Don't quote me. Maybe that or Kirby's Avalanche, because it's the exact same game but with Kirby. So.
Yeah, this is my first time playing this particular, like, Puyo. If you don't count, like, the second boss of Sonic Mania or whatever the hell. But
Which was, God, at the time, that was such a fun little surprise. That was awesome when they did that. Tyler,
yeah, cool game.
Any thoughts?
So real quick, I want to first give my thought on this dude's Last of Us 2 review.
Oh my god.
All I want to say is that the first half was just him talking about the game. The second half was just him talking about how shitty the cutscenes are, that he skipped all of them. He didn't want to play. He didn't want to watch it at all, and the 18+ material was really bad. But he said
the 18
overall,
plus material was pretty bad.
Yeah,
there was some jarring 18 plus
there's a little
material
scene in there. But he gave it a 7. He said overall, he said you don't need a good story to have a single player game. He said it matters on gameplay, and he gave it a 7. But other than that, shout out to Cool Games with 2 L's. Yeah, I mean, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, it does get really tough. I remember when I was going for the platinum on the Genesis collection on PS3, I ended up just doing the password system to get to Dr. Robotnik, and I tried many times until he eventually kind of just killed himself. And because I didn't know what the hell I was doing, his thing just went boop, and I was like, "Oh, you effed up, man! I beat the game." But yeah, I mean, very much Has-Bean's a great character. I also enjoy his little dialogue, like in between levels. Like I got to the point to where he goes on vacation to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where I got.
You can tell his outer layer, and you see his fleshy insides.
Yeah.
The idea of the Has-Been Beach episode is pretty good.
Yeah, Has-Been, he definitely got some swag to him, the way he, like, animates himself.
Hell
but, yeah, Has-Been's the best character. He's actually a secret boss, if you didn't know that.
Is that true or no?
No, it's not.
Okay, I don't know.
As far as I'm aware. But
spreading a lot of lies and rumors about Mean Bean Machine right now.
Listen, we're throwing this back to old school games, so we're throwing this back like, little messages at the playground at school. We're talking about like, yo, if you go beat this guy and then you beat this guy and you got a 17 combo on this guy, you fight Has-Been. They're like, what? No way.
We should do an episode on favorite like schoolyard
rumors. That would be fun. That'd be a really good one.
There's an episode idea. There we go.
Shout out to the soundtrack of this game as well. Bum 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 bum. It's catchy.
Woohoo!
Also need to give a shout out to my wife on this one because she's the only person I know that's almost beaten Mean Bean Machine pretty much because it's so hard. And my wife is incredibly good at Puyo Puyo.
So hard.
So would you recommend Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine to everybody?
I mean, if you got your Switch there and you like Puyo, you can just play the first level and feel good about yourself, but don't
just close out after that.
Don't take it too personally. I was sitting there like actually getting upset. I was like kind of.
Every time Zach dropped the block though, he could have paused it and then like thought, where could I go for this, and then rewind.
You fucking joke. I tried that. I got so desperate. I tried. It did not. He
still got fucking cooked.
It was so hard. I was like, how do I set up a crazy combo? It didn't matter.
That's awesome.
Zach had some high strategy freaking like whiteboard next to him. Like, all right, we're gonna. Right. Okay. All right. Shit, he still comboed me. Like.
It's the perfect like joke where it's like, okay, I need a red, and a green, and I'll have this crazy combo. Pen now. And then it's like you just get like double blues, and they send junk. They send double like junk to your side, and it covers your combo. You're like, well, okay, whatever. And then
I guess I'll just kill myself. It's fine.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Tyler, what was your final Genesis game?
My final Genesis game was Shinobi 3, which I beat like a couple hours after recording our podcast talking about, hey, let's do some Genesis games.
Yeah, that was comically fast.
So, I was like, all right, we doing Genesis game? Bet. Shinobi 3? All right, I'm going to beat that tonight. So I beat it that night. So that was, what, like 4 weeks ago? Something like that.
A while ago now, yeah.
But I really enjoyed it. Dynamite Heady was definitely harder. Come the end. But no, it was the first time I ever played a Shinobi game, and, I always heard, like, oh, they're difficult, da-da-da-da-da. And I was just like, yeah, it should be fine. So pretty much you get, like, limited kunais that you can use. Other than that, if you run out of those, you gotta do close range combat. First, I think there was, like, 7 or 9 levels. One of those two. Um, going through the first few, pretty cool. I like the art style, was pretty neat. The different like sceneries in each area. The one that was really cool was it was like the whole like background just on fire. Made me feel like I was playing the opening of Dracula X. Yeah, I had to think of that. It was like, but pretty cool. But once you get to the end and you have to do all these like wall jumps and perfect timing and all this stuff, then it gets a little tricky, and that's where rewind comes in, baby. But I mean, overall, it was a great game. I would recommend it. It's short. You could finish that in a little bit, and especially if you're doing, rewind and stuff like that. Rewind, save states, whatever you float your fancy. But then the final boss definitely gets a little tricky, but once you master like his little like patterns and stuff, it's not that bad. But overall, it's a good game. I'd recommend it.
Is this game heavier on the platforming or heavier like on the combat?
I would say platforming.
Platforming.
Yeah, definitely, especially near the end, we got to do all the wall jumping stuff. But like the combat's not bad. You can just run. Oh, guys, come kunai. Oh, gotta get kunai. Like, but yeah, you guys ever play any Shinobi games?
Never played.
I kind of want to play the new one after I played this one.
I played the demo for the.
Yeah.
I played the demo for the new one, and I bought it because I was gonna play it before Silksong, and then I didn't have time to play it, and then now it's just sitting there on my Switch behind Silksong.
I was gonna ask if this made you want to play the new one.
It does. I do want to go and play that one because, I mean, it was great, and if it's anything like this one, I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Not gonna have save states. So I'm gonna have to deal with it and suck it up, but.
Hell yeah. I want to check it out. I've never played any of them. They seem like a good time. The only time I've actually played any Shinobi I remember it was like a challenge achievement on the last Genesis collection on PS4, where it's like you had to beat the first stage without taking damage or something. So that's the only Shinobi I've ever played. Need to check it out.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. For sure.
Cool looking ninja design too. Who doesn't love a good ninja?
It's true.
Is his name Joe Musashi?
Yeah, let's go.
Dead serious. Dead serious. I'm pretty sure his name is Joe Musashi.
I mean, I couldn't tell you, but we can go.
You can Google it.
I'm gonna Google Joe Musashi and see who comes up. The Shinobi Wiki. First thing that comes up. So there you go.
Joe Musashi, which is just the most insane name.
Shout out.
Why is it Joe?
Joe Schmo.
Is this the Last Samurai situation? Is this just
there's 13 Shinobi games. I didn't realize there was that many.
13?
No.
There's 13. You can be a hardcore Shinobi player if you want. Good lord.
Damn.
Good stuff.
Alright, the one I'm most excited to hear. Greg, Echo the Dolphin.
Echo the Dolphin.
Let's go.
The last game on our list of Genesis games. Number 9. The penultimate Genesis game. Forget your Sonic 2s. Forget your Sonic 3s. Forget your Golden Axes. Forget your Crusader Ascentes.
Altered Beast?
Forget your Altered Beast. Forget your Altered Beast.
Shining Force?
Fuck Shining Force. Fucking Fire Emblem wannabe. No, I played a little bit of Echo the Dolphin. I say a little bit because I could not get far. It is very difficult. This is possibly the most obtuse game I think I've ever played in my entire life. I don't know how you're supposed to figure out almost anything in this game without looking up exactly what to do, following a video or text guide or something. So Echo the Dolphin, you play as the titular Echo the Dolphin. The game starts out, you're just kind of swimming around the ocean. There's a bunch of our dolphin friends around. You could use your echolocation to like beam at them, and then text pops up on the screen. You talk to them, you swim around, you jump around, and if you do a high jump in the air, that's kind of what kicks off the game. All of a sudden, there's like a black hole that sucks away all of your friends, and the world is like ending essentially. And then you have to swim around the ocean, find your dolphin friends. And that's basically the premise of the game, but it's just very strange. It's level based, but everything is like a big open labyrinth. There's no map. You just have to know where you're going or memorize where you are or what you're doing. And you have to just kind of try to avoid enemies, maybe find other characters, unlock blocked off doorways by going across the map and going back and forth and backtracking. It's very weird, very convoluted. I do want to beat this game just because it's so weird and interesting. Weirdly eerie too. The whole game has just like a weird, eerie, creepy vibe. The music's very ambient. It feels very lonely. The graphical style is like, as realistic as can be on the Genesis. Everything about it's just very strange. There's nothing else like Echo the Dolphin. I can't even really like pin a genre on it because nothing else really plays like it. It's almost like, I guess you could say it's like almost like an adventure game, that feels like if a Metroidvania had no backtracking. I feel like that's the best way I could describe it. It's very weird. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I made you guys look up the final boss on the show once, where it's like this really terrifying Lovecraftian alien creature. It's everything about this game is weird. It's hard. It's hard to
the dolphin. There's some weird pictures that come up.
Yeah, dude, it's hard to play. It's hard to explain. Echo the Dolphin is truly its own thing. I just wish that I was better at it because it's like I said, it's so convoluted. It's very hard to know what you're doing, and if you figure out what to do, it's like good luck remembering what you were doing. You also have both a health meter and an air meter, so if you don't go up for air once in a while, your air meter will go down. Once you run out of air meter, your health will start to go down. And as far as I know, I couldn't figure out a way to regenerate health. And if you die, you just have to start the level over, no matter how much progress you had. The levels are short, but because they're so confusing and there's no direction on where to go or what to do, it can be very frustrating. I do want to beat this game. I'm gonna try again with guide in hand to get as far as I can, because I was trying to do each level without looking anything up, and then I ended up just doing the same thing, bashing my head against the wall for 15-20 minutes, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But yeah, another game. Don't think I could recommend this to anybody, but there's certainly nothing else like it. So I think I got the worst batch of Genesis games out of the three of us, unfortunately.
I googled Echo the Dolphin, and it has what I assume is this Lovecraftian monster last boss you mentioned.
Yes.
And also a no context picture of like a pterodactyl pulling Echo out of the water. I don't know what's going on in this game.
Listen, there's aliens in this game. There's everything. You just gotta.
I was gonna say this game also has a sequel on Genesis. There's 2 Game Gear versions and a Dreamcast game, and I'm pretty sure there's a PS2 game. So Echo is a series.
And there's the one Genesis Echo Junior. You can play as Echo Junior.
Echo Junior, baby Echo.
The turn-based role-playing game.
Hell yeah! I wish that'd be awesome. Echo RPG. I'd be so down for that.
I'll play Echo the Dolphin tabletop RPG. Ready for that?
So, have either of you guys played any Echo the Dolphin?
Oh yeah, I played it for like 30 minutes, and I thought that'd be a funny one for you to play.
So you did this on purpose.
I thought maybe you'd like it.
I don't think you did at all, actually.
Okay, the long play. There's a long play. It's
an hour long. That's what bothers me. Is I played it for an hour and I checked myself against that long play and it's like 5 minutes in. I was like, oh my god. I was like, I can't fucking do this. I was like, I thought I was halfway done with this game and I was literally 5 minutes in.
1 hour long. That's awesome.
Insane. So, you know what? I might even just play the long play and just follow the long play the whole way. I feel like that defeats the experience, but I'm like, I don't know if I could beat it otherwise. Because I tried looking at a text guide, and I was like, this doesn't really help in this situation, unfortunately.
Go past this rock, and then go west, and then go past this rock.
Yeah, and then make sure you push this rock with your nose that we never tell you as a mechanic you could do in the game, and follow it down the path to make sure you don't get blown away. But if you get blown away, good luck, because the rock might not be there when you get back.
All right.
It's fucking stupid.
So, Craig, there's a video here.
Yes.
That I think could be what you need.
Okay.
Echo the Dolphin, Sega CD. Sleep, chill, and relax ASMR, no commentary gameplay, 2.5 hours.
Perfect. I'm going to fall asleep to that tonight.
That would be a really good, enjoyable experience. And I think maybe if you just see someone else play it in real time like that, maybe you can become a fan.
Maybe. Hey, Zach.
I'll drop the link in the chat.
I always thought we were friends. Why do you hate me?
Or maybe you'll become
I do not hate you. I thought
dorsal
you
fan. Sorry.
Why did you yell? That was really loud.
I said a joke and then I yelled "ha." That's what I did.
The
It was very
dorsal
loud.
fan?
He said you would become a fan, and I said, yeah, a dorsal fan.
Oh. Your audio cut out, so it didn't really... It didn't
Oh,
work.
that's
Tyler, on
I'm
my end, it did
fucking.
not cut out. I just didn't laugh.
Well, thanks.
Damn.
My fucking camera laughed at me too. So
Oh yeah, now you're just blurry.
come on,
It's
focus
gonna
on
be
Shadow
okay.
Lab.
Shout out
Focus.
to Shadow Labyrinth. Probably
Focus.
better than Echo the Dolphin.
Focus.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
my
Well,
camera
boys.
died.
Chris X Button Gaming had some harsh words for Shadow Labyrinth.
Did he?
Did he?
Oh yeah, he didn't. He does not enjoy that game.
How funny.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, so on a scale of 1 to 10, rate your experience with the Genesis grab bag. I'll give myself a solid 6 out of 10.
There we go.
I think if Mean Bean Machine was nicer to me, I would give it like a 7. But I think I'm also a 6. If I'm just rating like the first level of Mean Bean Machine, I'm feeling pretty good about this overall.
That's fair.
Mine would be.
I think Tyler had the best experience out of all of us.
Yeah, I'd probably go with. I'll say between 7 or 8. So I'd probably go with a 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the middle.
Yeah, so Kid Chameleon is like I could do that. Echo the Dolphin, I feel like I need to beat that game for the sake of my mental health. And Crusader Senti is just a game I've always wanted to play, so I was glad to check it off the list, but it didn't amaze me either. So I'm glad we did this though, and I'm excited to do it for other consoles. I almost want to do like another console right away, but I know we should spread these out a bit more. So
I would say that we have some other episode ideas.
exactly, we have plenty of ideas. What are you talking about?
Bro, we only got one brainstorm. What do you mean?
Don't worry about it. So we have some write-ins from the audience. We only have 2 write-ins, so I say you boys can both read them if you like. Tyler, go ahead if you want to read first, and Zach can read second.
Me. All right. The Genesis. Well, from Patrick.
Yes.
The Genesis was my first 16-bit console. I remember getting it the Christmas of 1991 when I was in 7th grade and hooking it up to my TV and playing Sonic, the pack-in game at the time, and being blown away by the colors, speed, and sound. When I got to the first bonus stage, the 3D backgrounds blew my mind. The Genesis was what got me hooked into the Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Sonic, and all the sports games, including the Mutant League games that were so underrated back then. Those were just the tip of the iceberg. If it wasn't for that awkward black console with the volume control, I never would have gotten as into gaming as I got. Was it the best console? Nope. And the Mortal Kombat 2 port looked and played great, but the sound design sucked. But it was the best for me in my teen years until I got my SNES with my first job, and then the PS1 came around. So thank you, Genesis, for the memories and joy you provided this kid.
Shout out to the Genesis.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Providing Christmas miracles.
Providing.
Next one's from Jason. Hello, fellow gamers. Jason here to give my thoughts about the Sega Genesis. Now, as I've stated before, growing up, I was a Nintendo kid. I had chosen to wait for the Super Nintendo instead of jumping on the hot new system back in 1989 when the Genesis was released. Of course, being a kid, you had to pick and choose what you wanted to get since too young to earn your own money, and only get expensive gifts like that only happens once in a great while. But I was still lucky enough to let me move my screen real quick. Sorry, I have this on my side. There we go. Okay, apologies.
Okay.
But I was still lucky enough to play a lot of Genesis, as a friend was a big Sega Genesis fan, and he had the system. So I guess you could say I had the best of both worlds. I would go over to his house and sleep over some weekends. We played his Genesis, and I bring my Super Nintendo so we could play that too. I didn't pick up a Genesis for myself till years later as an adult, and I've started to grow a small collection so far. As for the system itself, to me personally, it's now as impressive as the Super Nintendo. The color palette can be a little bland, and the sound chip is not as good, but that also depends on the developer and how well they utilize the system, because there are some games in the system that do like and sound amazing, thinking, how did you get this on the system? Well, I guess I got to play great games on both systems, like the Super Mario series, Final Fantasy series, and the Final Fight series on the Super Nintendo, and games like Sonic series, Phantasy Star series, and Streets of Rage series on Sega Genesis. Oh, and again, we all know a Final Fantasy VII remake that would be far better game, even with the Genesis limitations, than the remake that we actually got.
Gotta say, Jason, that was the most forced Final Fantasy VII remake hate so far. Usually, you it's more natural. That one was a little rough, but at least he got it in.
Like Genesis, he was like, "Shit, how am I gonna put this on here?"
He's like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
how do I connect Final Fantasy to the Genesis?"
we had that direct. I guess it was like less than a week ago now. Where we got a date for Final Fantasy VII Remake. I cannot wait to buy that game on the Switch too, and just praise it on this podcast. I'm going to talk to her for like 15, 20 minutes.
Gonna do a whole 0.5 episode just to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
0.5 episode, yeah, exactly. It's gonna be great on the Switch too.
I think we should do a 0.5 episode where we invite Jason as just you and him, just a one-on-one. You guys talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake.
It's gonna get ugly.
Man, y'all just made up last episode. Now you're back to hating each other. Look at that.
You're right. Oh yeah, we made it up because Craig. You know, Craig's the big divider here.
Yeah, it's part of Zach's contract.
You have to hate Jason no matter what. Okay, boss.
That was fun. Thank you guys for writing in. Always appreciate hearing from you guys. And this was a fun one. I had a good time. I'm definitely going to be opening up my Genesis app more on my Switch to play more games I'm interested in. It's just hard because this year... I've seen some people say that this is a weak year for games, and I couldn't disagree more. This has been an incredible year for video games. There's too much good stuff to play. I know for sure by the end of the year I'm not going to be able to play everything that I wanted to play. So
yeah, maybe if you're like really focusing on like a specific like Sony first party or like even like Nintendo first party, those like been Donkey Kong and Mario Kart and stuff, but third party like indies and lots of good stuff this year.
Yeah, totally killing it this year.
Oh.
I think I have a list of about like 25 releases that I wanted to play this year, and it's like I'll probably maybe get to like 10 or 12 if I'm lucky. So there's a lot of good stuff, not enough time, and of course we want to get some retro gaming in for you guys as well. But we appreciate you all listening. Next episode, like I said, what we look for in a game store. So please write in, let us know what you're looking for in a game store. Our next game-specific episode is going to be Doom 1, Doom 2, and Doom 64. All three of them, baby. Back to back to back. Going to be talking about an FPS on this show because we apparently talk about role-playing games too much, so we're going to do a shooter.
We're doing 3 of them.
We're doing 3 of them. We're making up for all the times we haven't talked about shooters. And
then we got to do a racing game next.
Yes, we thank you all for listening. Zach, goodbye to you. Does anything exciting coming up for you the rest of this week?
Gonna play a bunch of Silk Song this weekend. I guess just one more shout out to X Button Gaming. If you need a second podcast has hit your app, you should go check out the X Button Gaming podcast.
Yes,
we go through a good power hour. Jimmy James he brings out a power hour, Nintendo Power, and we looked through that for a while. It was a lot of fun.
Hell yeah, that's fun. I know, I'm excited to listen to that. I still haven't listened, so it's on the list.
We got to do
anything fun coming up for you this week?
This week, not so much that I could think of besides playing games. Saturday's a wrestling pay-per-view, so I'll have friends over and I'll do stuff for that.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, not so much. But also, Chris would be somebody that would be cool to have on this show, and then like, you know, he did an episode like individually with all of us. We should do like a Generations Behind takeover on his podcast. That would be kind of cool.
That would be fun.
That kind of sounds weird saying takeover, but Chris, you know what I mean.
We're taking over the channel, the podcast. It's all good.
We don't have to have Craig if you don't want him, though. Like, you know, me and Zach, you know, we're the stars. That's why our own episode has more views. Yeah, the next generation. We could have the next generation invades the X-Button Gaming Podcast. So, I mean, just saying, throwing out ideas. Hire us.
Just
throwing out ideas.
But you need to have a fourth camera of just me, but I look like I'm dead, like in the little futon behind me here.
Just laying there for like 3 hours. Craig, can you go to sleep for us? Take some NyQuil. Like,
Tyler, is the next generation like our tag team wrestling name?
Like, I think so.
Oh,
I think we should get a Photoshop of that.
And we're like walking out like this.
It's like, yeah, come on.
You guys use me as the chair.
Craig would carry it.
We're out there cutting a promo, and then you hear Craig's music hit. It's like the Panzer Dragoon Saga theme or some shit. He starts walking out. I'm like, oh no, start painless. You're bam.
Hell yeah.
Craig comes out to like the NWO. I don't know if y'all will understand that, but
I bet if I understood it, it'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
But I don't know wrestling, so
yeah, it was like a bad faction. But I mean,
so that's why I'm part of it.
Yeah, because you would be the heel, obviously.
Piece of shit.
You'd be the heel. Me and Zach would be the face.
Hell yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's true. This show would be nothing without you two. That is for sure.
They'll be like, next generation. Next generation.
Hell yeah.
We love you, Craig. It's all in fun.
I'm sure it is.
It
is.
Happy birthday, Craig.
Yeah, I belated. We said happy birthday in the description of the last one. I don't know if you've seen the description.
I did.
Okay.
But I didn't. I assumed it wasn't you guys because I found out later that my wife uploaded the video.
No,
so.
I wrote the description and she copied and pasted it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Zach gave her a whole detailed way to upload a video, and then I was like, put this for the description. And then that's what it worked.
So funny. Yeah, that was a fun one to wake up to. I was just like, oh, there it is.
Why the hell is my face on my channel?
It must have been much more jarring for Zach when he had no idea that was happening that week.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
I made sure to choose a really good photo of you with a banana.
Any photo with me and banana is a good one, honestly.
That's true. Well,
I
think that's it for episode 37, Generations Behind. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Share it with your friend, share it with your coworker, share it with your grandma. I'd really appreciate it. Comment down below your favorite Genesis game. Write in the next episode what you're looking for at Game Store. And we'll see you all in 2 weeks. Take care.
Take care.